The hell? Where's the other? $8,800 RPM is the... They have a rev limiter? Oh. Lame. Lame. We want big rev limiter. Put it way up at the sky. Make sure I've got this ready to roll. As for that, let's get the live chat turned on and make sure that my stream software is working. It looks like it is. We are transmitting data. Yes, we are. Perfect. Good to know. All right, we got this turned far enough. About that's good. Can't turn it much more than that because I got some other stuff in the way. All right, I think we are settled in pretty well. You'll notice the case is empty as I'm preparing to load it up. Still waiting on the green flag here. We're going to go ahead and get this all shared up.
As I've interviewed millions.
Turn off all the advertisements for that. That would be awesome. Just awesome. What? Gonna be doing the pit road speed check here real quick. Welcome in, Justin. How we doing? And also Florida Denny fan. Getting why am I having so much trouble with this? Can't get my live stream to come up. I wanted to share it and make sure I had a link ready, but it's not letting me. There we go. Share, copy link, bingo. Now I can make the post I needed to. My goodness, that was more difficult than it should have been. Much more difficult than it should have been. And paste. We have not gone green yet, so that actually does give me the time to go grab my water bottle. Post. Yep, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab my water bottle. All right. First career start on the touring series. Well, I should say first career point start for Burt Myers in the 50. So they're giving him a shot. Only took you a month. Oh, that's all right. Don't worry too much. Those die-casts ain't coming in for a while. All right, pace car is in. We're going to be going green this time by. And there they go, off into turn one. It'll be Bell escaping with the lead. Second will be a battle between Bowman and Elliott, but that'll settle in real quick. And so they'll go single file. Still double file rest of the way back from there. All right. No real major things. I don't see any incidents thus far. Looks like Denny is looking to the inside of Kyle Larson. That is a battle for 4th. Started pretty close to the front. This makes me think Denny's going to have a good car. He hasn't won at Martinsville in a while. Found the Byron 2023 throwback. Ooh, the throwback win? Because he won in that throwback, so I don't remember. Did they make both in the Authentics version? A lot of clouds in the sky. Very interesting to see if this is the type of race where we're going to have rain and any of that kind of gunk, or if maybe we'll just get around with having some just cloudy. If we can get away with just cloudy, I can live with it. I don't want any rain delays today. I got to drive up to Iowa tonight, so I don't need to be delaying that at all if I can help it. Also, if you haven't already, let me go ahead and mark the eBay page link for everybody. I've got a bunch of stuff ending tonight. That'll end the month as far as all the stuff that needs to get shipped out by the end of the month here. So that way I can at least let people know where to find it. Copy, and then we'll post that right in there, and we'll pin it. So there's the eBay link. Pin that message at the top. But I got 130 active things that need to. Not all of them will go because some of them are not on auction, but a bunch of them will. So good news is there'll be a lot of stuff getting out of here on Tuesday when I get back, which will be nice. Get the apartment cleaned out a little bit more. As you can see, the cases behind me are cleaned out. They're not all getting sold or nothing. I'm just doing some reshuffling. I gotta go ahead and pick my favorite cars to go back there, so gotta get a few of them out of bins and see as I narrow down what belongs in the case. Pretty good racing going on up at the front so far. Don't see any major movers going on. I mean, we got a couple guys up or down 1. I guess Ty Gibbs is up 2 spots from the race's begin, and Kyle Busch is back 3. So 2 or 3 spots is about the max we've seen lost at about 10 to 11 laps. Yeah, this is going to be a big one for Ty Gibbs. He really does need to get a good race going. He's had such a bad start to the year at the 2023 Darlington race. And you got to see this year's Atlanta race wasn't quite as good, but at least you got to see Atlanta. Atlanta was pretty fun. I don't know. I might even take it over the Daytona 500. Daytona was so... ugh. 6th to 1st in a wreck. That was an embarrassing way for that race to end. Not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday's Xfinity race was pretty bad. Very interesting. We're not seeing the leader get away at all. It is just kind of bumper to bumper all the way back around. I mean, it's one giant conveyor belt. We don't see hardly any gaps in the cars anywhere. That's kind of wild. Oh, that's the best speed. That's what was throwing me off. I was like, why in the world are everyone in the back having faster lap times? Gonna get my leaderboard going here. Here we go. There we go. Now I'm starting to see the pace. Yeah, pretty even pace all the way around the top. No real major changes up in the top 5. Oh yeah, these guys are all real close together. It'll be interesting to see when lap traffic becomes a factor as this becomes a longer run, because I think it's going to take about 30 to 40 laps on these tires before you really start to separate the good from the bad. $18 down of 80 in the stage. They can make it all the way on fuel, so there will be no green flag pit stop needed in this stage. They can run all 80 laps. Now the key there is they can run all 80 laps. The lap time, on the other hand, may be a factor in that, whether they allow that to actually finish that way or not. Ooh, what do we got here? Let's see how this works. Got a new scoring option, potentially. Let's see if this works good or not. I just got to move it down to here. There we go. Hey, how about that for a leaderboard? I get a few more cars on there now, too. Yeah, let's use that one. There's a few different options I've got to use for those, so I like that. I mean, they've already lost... Actually, they've only lost about half a second of pace. So not actually that crazy of a drop thus far. That'll be Chase Briscoe's foot cam. Sure does a lot of good for us as fans to be watching. This is nice, though. I like the fact that I can see the whole scoring. Oh, Chase is right on him. Is he going to dive it off in there? Yes, he is. Bottom lane, and Christopher Bell is just going to let him roll right through. And new leader, the 9 car of Chase Elliott. Oh, I don't have my Chase shirt on. I got my Brad Sweet shirt on, though. He won last night. KKR won, too. Casey Kane finished second last night. He's going to get that win this year in the National Touring Series. That is going to happen. So Chase goes to the lead. Just like that. Yes, I got some tempting ones on eBay. That's the goal. I got a whole bunch of 164s that are finally going to get out of here. And then I've got a little batch that goes again on the next round once April begins. And then I'll be done with 164s, and I'll have just a bunch of 124s to move. But I ran out of my March auctions, so I don't have any going up tonight. I do also have the plan to... I'm getting rid of some old racing shirts, but I'm just throwing those up there for $1 because I'm basically donating them, but I don't know how to donate. I don't want to donate them in the Kansas City area necessarily. There's not a lot of race fans, so I figure I'll just stick them in 2 sizes of listings. So there's a pack of like some large shirts, some extra large shirts, and it's kind of a thing where it's like for $1. I don't care. I don't care who takes them. Somebody just take them and enjoy them. And that way, I don't feel guilty about throwing them away because they're cool shirts. I don't want to toss them away. What was that? Oh, I think that's them showing the pass for the lead. I was gonna say the clip. I'm watching a different feed, and so it randomly clipped back and showed the replay. Showing our new leader, the number 9 car. He's due for a big weekend. They have been pretty bad to start the year on speed, so. About due to go out and have a big weekend, leading a lot of laps. How we doing, Gustavo? We are having a good one. Chase is out front. I mean, that's good. Can't complain. Got to Gotta get my cases behind me refilled as soon as I find the bin that has the rest of the cars in it. Also, kind of a notable, I don't want to say shout out, but almost a notable, like, hey, look out. Ryan Blaney's still in 30th. Like, that's really far back there. Caution for... Is it for rain? Okay, yeah, they're showing the caution flag is out. The lap time's dropped, so... What's our caution for? For debris... Oh, my God. Seriously? We're going to do these phantom debris cautions again? Oh, no. We're just... Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep, it's a tiny little hose on the third, way out in the third lane, and yeah, that's, yeah. Okay. It's not really much of a debris caution. That's a small enough and light enough piece. We're not, if it was made of metal, I could understand, but it's a literal little tiny plastic tube. Like, if somebody does happen to run up there, it'll literally just break apart to little pieces. It's... Oh boy, I got a feeling we're going to have a goofy race on our hands with a bunch of this stuff. Tire fall off has been pretty severe. I imagine most people will go with the 4 tires, but we'll see. This is a chance for someone to pull some strategy that's way back in the field, like a Ryan Blaney or a Josh Berry. Josh Berry will stay out and save a set of tires. Austin Cindric staying out. There's a handful of them. So there will be a handful of guys that decide to stay out on this yellow. Keep an eye on exactly how they're coming through pit road here. Looks like the 9 will beat the 48 out. Oh, yeah, Bell beat him out by a mile. That's got to be 2 tires, right? Yeah, 2 tires for Bell and Logano, and then 4 for Elliott, Bowman, Hamlin, Larson, and everybody else on the way back. Zane Smith tried 2 as well and got up 8 spots. So, yeah, tire strategy is already coming. We need more race cage. I know. I don't have a meme maker. I have to get a meme maker to do a proper meme. All right, well, we'll see how this goes. There we go. Let's bring this mic a little closer. It was sitting way back. I forgot to bring it close because it was way back behind my monitor. All right, so the restart order will be, oh boy, Chase Elliott will be the first car on 4 tires. He's back in 9th. First car on 2 tires will be Bell in 7th, and a whole bunch of stay-outs from Berry, Cindric, Custer, Keselowski, Blaney, and Herbst. Oh boy, this will be an interesting one. Wonder how this'll go. Let's see how this turns out. These tires are soft enough that it may make a pretty big difference. Yeah, I didn't watch yesterday. I got only a chance to look at kind of some Twitter and replay stuff, and it did not look great. So yeah, I didn't watch yesterday at all, and I'm not even mad, and it's probably because I didn't invest my time into it, because if I had invested my time into it and watched over 100 caution laps, okay, that would have driven me nuts. I mean, a 300-lap race, and a third of it is under caution, yuck. But, I mean... Everyone was railing on Sammy Smith for that dive bomb move, which rightfully so, but nobody seemed to remember Austin Hill literally punting like 5 layers of cars forward, and then also punting Allgaier into the final corner. The only difference was Sammy Smith was there to catch him. So otherwise, the same thing's happening to Justin Allgaier. Austin Hill wins the race, and nobody seems to care. And I'm like, dude, Austin Hill literally was a menace out there. Like, we're going to act like he was the clean guy of the group. He was punting guys left and right. Like, it was bad. It was just... The best way to put it is this is what happens when it's win and you're in. Because all that matters is winning. So if you finish second, it's a terrible day. You can't finish second. You have to go for the win and wreck the guy in front of you. Well, if you didn't have that stupid format, you wouldn't have that problem, would you now? So yeah. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. It would have been kind of cool to see Allgaier win 3. I mean, obviously Zilich looked really good early. It was a really a shame he got tore up because it's like, I mean, it just shows that the fast cars and the guys with good racecraft don't win in the Xfinity Series. They just get all tore up. I remember Brett Moffitt having that. He would win the stage, do really well. The second he got back in traffic because someone tried pit strategy, everyone was bulldozing through each other and he got knocked out of the race. But he had the fastest truck, won the first 2 stages, no one could touch him. The minute there was any pit strategy and he got stuck somewhat back in traffic, and people just immediately started crashing into each other and knocked him out. And that was just it. That was how it worked. If you were the fastest truck, that's great and all, but if you can't get through if you can't get through that mess, you're done. Imagine if Creed won his first race. I mean, it'd be kind of a fitting place for him to get it. All right, coming back to the restart zone. 2 Penske cars stayed out, 1 on 2 tires. A lot of Fords. Big batch of Fords at the front of this one. Byron, 32nd. He must have had a pit penalty. I didn't see that. All right, should be coming to the green this time. Or were they just coming off the backstretch? What am I watching here? Is NASCAR really throwing this out right now? Short track shifting, a whole segment on this right as we're coming to the green. Is this really the right time for this? Or did they wave the start off? They better wave the start off. If we miss the green flag because of this stupid promo thing, dude, I'm going to blow a damn gasket if that's the case. Okay, yeah, they must have waved it off and made it one more lap. Okay. This time we'll be coming back to the green. Barry on the inside, Cindric on the outside. And there's the green. See how these old tires hold on. Barry, Cindric, Custer, Blaney out front. Bell has worked his way to 6th, so only one guy really has dropped back, and that's Riley Herbst. He's getting shuffled 3 wide. Oh, he's done. He's 3 wide outside now. That's probably about it for Riley Herbst. The tire strategy might have been a good idea, but once you're pinned 3 wide top, you're just going to get freight trained. This is going to be a hard lesson in tire management. Oof. Oh, and he's in the wall. Yep, this was not a good option for Riley Herbst. That is not a situation I would have wanted to put him in. Riley Herbst still 3 wide. Now he's just back in like 25th. And he's about to get fenced again. Yeah, this is not working out for him at all. This is a very, very bad situation for Herbst. Oof. Trying to see how far back he is now. He's all the way back. Yeah, he's already back to almost the 30th. Into the 30s, so... Man, Keselowski is really holding up that bottom lane. Logano's beating the back bumper off it, but it ain't going anywhere. Oh, Keselowski gets knocked into the back of, and here comes Logano to the bottom. Oh, Bowman's going to punt him all the way to the 4th lane, and he takes Bell with him. Oh no, we're going to have this kind of racing? Oh no. So Logano just punted Keselowski. Keselowski gets back in line, and here comes Gibbs. He's going to give him a punt as well. Actually, that wasn't bad. That was just a pretty nice, solid bump, but nothing like too egregious where he like sent him. Just a little bit of contact, but it wasn't hard contact, so I can live with that. But yeah, the tires on Keselowski's car are falling off, and it's not working out well for him. Here comes Gibbs the inside. He's gonna have to poke his nose in there. That's pretty clean. I'll give Gibbs credit there. That was a good solid set of corners for how he got it through that. Unfortunately, Chase ended up losing 2 spots in that mess as well. He got pinned to the outside when they all got shuffled up, and now Hamlin and Bowman have gone by. So, debris caution robs Elliott of the lead, and now he's back in the field, and unfortunately, now the speed of that Hendrick car will show, and it'll probably be the 4th fastest Hendrick. Oh, here we are again. Man, Byron hasn't gone anywhere either, though, on those new tires. I'm a little surprised Josh Berry's car has that much pace in it. I mean, he's only lost 0.4 of a second, so he either conserved his tires or these tires don't actually wear out. They just have heat cycles in them. What the heck happened to Hamlin? Hamlin's now battling... What in that world? Hamlin was right in front of Elliott there for a minute. Did he get punted or did he just miss something? Didn't quite see what happened there. Yeah, he just dropped a 10th out of nowhere. Are we going to... No, this is Fox. We're probably not going to find out. I was going to say, all of a sudden, he's literally alongside Reddick. I was like, when did this happen? We can go to the little Twitter machine. It looks like he just went high, missed the line. That's what NASCAR's thing says. The NASCAR app is just saying Hamlin misses and goes high in 3 and 4 and goes from 7th to 10th. So at least it doesn't sound like it was anything too crazy. Oh, we got contact there. The 10 coming off of turn 3 and 4. There's still 3 wide back here. My goodness, this is a heck of a little gaggle of cars back here. We got Haley, Hocevar, Zane Smith. I mean, it's kind of a lot of... Oh, Zane Smith just about walled the 10. It's so tight back there. Oh, he's back to the outside of the 38. He might just let him get there, too. Have to see. That's the 17. Sorry, not the 10. That's the 17. Busher. Wow, he's way back there. When did that happen? All right, keeping an eye on it again. Bowman still has yet to get by Blaney. My goodness, that took him a lot longer than it should have. Considering how old the tires are, it took him 7 to 10 laps to get that done. Now Blaney immediately drops, because Cindric, I believe, is in line with him. Can't quite see it. The battle that we're getting stuck with here is about 25th. But Blaney is going to get past. Looks like, yeah, there's Bowman, Elliott, and Larson all go by. And I don't know if it was because he went high, because it looks like Bowman immediately then got by Cindric, so I'm thinking there's probably some 2-wide action going down here. Good racing, though, guys. I'm not going to lie. Martinsville, this soft tire is working okay. I mean, a little more horsepower. We're not asking for crazy amounts, but they're at 650. Put them back up to 750. Put them 850, 950. Give them 1,000. Why not? You know, but like the horsepower is still needed, but this is pretty good. This is not a bad situation for them to be in. If they can get rid of the shifting, that would help a lot too. But yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything there. So they have to regulate which gears you're allowed to run. But yeah, that would potentially be a decent option. Uh, 18 laps to go, though. Not a huge window as far as laps to go, and Josh Berry's still out front, so great pit call for them. A lot of these other guys have started to fall back. Still going to be a big win for Blaney if he can hold that spot down, because Ryan Blaney was running 30th, and he was not moving forward very quickly. So for him, if he can just cycle out of here somewhere close to the top 10, his race basically starts over, and he's got a shot now. So not worried about the stage points on this stage for Blaney. This was all about getting out of the mid-30s out in the back. So if you're Ryan Blaney, you're pretty happy with this. But I got to say, also, if you're a guy like William Byron, I think you got to be looking at this for the start of stage 2. Thinking about, hey, maybe I flip the stage like this too and give it a shot and see what happens. Because if I can get back out of the 30s here, I got a shot, to not have to drive my way all the way through it. Because you also just stay out of trouble that way. You don't have the chance of getting run over quite so bad. .4 seconds is the gap. And I don't know if he's going to get there. There's not enough time, and I don't think he's that much faster. Also, you got to shout it out. Cole Custer. That was a great pit call for them, too. He's still hanging on to third after getting passed by Joey there. But, I mean, that's pretty stout for them to be able to steal that much track position. That's going to work out really nice for Cole Custer. And I do think horsepower would have made these tires fall off a little bit faster. I think that's part of the issue, is that there's only so much horsepower, so the newness of the tires can only really do so much. Because Reddick's looking for 9th on Cindric. And yeah, with 12 to go in the stage, that'll pretty much end his chances of stage points. But again, this is about getting out of the back of the field, so still a good call. Man, another good day for Austin Dillon looking thus far. Austin Dillon has found his way to the top 10. Got to shout it out. I mean, we've seen the struggles of Kyle Busch early in the season, but Austin Dillon has not struggled. That car has been pretty darn stout. I mean, Kyle Busch isn't running bad. I think he's still top 12, 15. He's nearby. But that 3 car is running better. A lot better than last year for sure. Meanwhile, I got to shout out, Christopher Bell has had just a not great start to this stage. After really being the first guy on 2 tires, he got shucked really high, getting hit from the outside of... Oh, we got a caution. Oh, Chris Buescher's around. So we have a caution with 8 to go in the stage. Oh, now he's a lap down. Now he's a lap down. Oh, no, that's a big deal. He wasn't able to get turned before the cars came, and he had to wait and yield. He will eventually get it turned, though. 8 to go in the stage. I don't know if they can... I don't know what you do here. I mean, do you go for... Oh, wow. Just kind of pinched up against Hocevar, and Hocevar didn't let him in. I don't know. Let's see what Twitter thinks. Twitter's probably going to blame Hocevar for that, because Buescher has no reputation of that, but, I mean, he wasn't clear. That's 100% for sure that he was not clear. All right, let's see. Are they just gonna run this out? No, we got pit stops. Here come the pit stops. We got a whole host of them staying out. Very interesting. Brad stays out again. So these guys that are in on pit road now, I would imagine, are planning on doing... We got 4 tires for Chase. I imagine this is going to be their stage stop. They're just going to jump the stage and go to the front would be their goal. Traffic at the end of pit road really did cost Custer there. He was in a good spot to stay right beside Chase. Chase will win the battle off pit road. He'll be the first guy on tires. I imagine we're going to have a restart with about 1 or 2 to go in the stage, so it won't be a very long run. Let's see how many guys stayed out here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars decided to stay out. So we will have to see what that all translates to, because they now have about 50 laps on their tires. Well, maybe like 45. So a few more laps on the tires. Nothing crazy as far as the distance. But remember, Logano still has the same lefts. Brad is still on the same tires he started the race on. Allmendinger and Priest, Jones, and Nemechek are on the mid-range tire. So we will have to see if these guys are just trying to rob the quick stage points or what specifically the goal is with that one. There's a lot of poking and gouging going on, though. I'm not going to lie. I like what I'm seeing. This looks like a pretty good short track race. Now, bring that soft tire to Bristol, and let's have a good race there again. That would be phenomenal. I mean, Bristol, I still think they need a little more of that horsepower slipping and sliding. But, hey, if the tires can get the job done, let's do it. I would love to see this exact tire at Bristol, because that's my biggest complaint is that Bristol just, man, they can't ever work around each other. There's just not much for them to work with. All right, so trying to see. They're not choosing yet. Trying to see how many laps to go. It's going to be like a 2-lap restart. This is going to be probably a lot of chaos. Can't imagine we're going to be looking at overly overly high-quality moves with only 2 laps to go. It is a Cup Series. We have a better shot, that's for sure. All right. Leonard Wood is at the track. Man, I hate... What is Josh Berry doing back on pit road? Oh, no. Josh Berry had to come back in. Twitter, give me an update. What happened? What's the update? What's going on here? Oh, he lost power. Man, that is such a bummer. He had such a good run going. And then he doesn't even get to pocket the stage points for that excellent pit road strategy move. That is such a bummer. I mean, I gotta say, this 21 car is a round of 8 appearance in my book. I think he is destined to be in the round of 8 at this point. There was contact between the 23 and the 21 right at where the battery used to be located, which is just in front of the left rear. I mean, that could have jostled the battery around and made him lose power. I mean, I'm not saying it's what happened. It is possible. Man, I'm saying it, though. I said it earlier in the year, like, second race. I said, I think Josh Berry's going to win a race this year, and then I said he was going to make the playoffs. I didn't say he was going to win a race. I said, that 21 car is going to make the playoffs this year. He's showing great speed. And then he ended up winning, so it was like, oh, he's definitely going to make it. What the hell? Chase chose to give up 2 rows of starting position and ended up on the bottom. What? Why? Why would you do that? That is going to be the white flag on that stage. They are 3 wide for what, I don't even know what position that is, but they are 3 freaking wide. My gosh, what a mess. Nemechek, Jones, and Keselowski parked, but I don't want to say parked it. They basically got stuck 3 wide and just funneled the field behind them. Whew, my goodness. Barry's done. Ah, shoot. That stinks. He had such a good day going. So Joey Logano's going to win the stage, and classic Joey Logano fashion. This is he doesn't pass anybody except for when he gets his 2 tires, and then Christopher Bell gets completely shafted out of the way by Joey Logano because he hit Keselowski, and then he's the only guy on tires and goes on to win the stage. So that's just classic Joey Logano. I don't know how he does it. It's like, are you faster? No. But are you going to win? Absolutely. Because everyone else will either fall out of the race, get knocked out of the race, or something will happen. But it's Joey Logano. I mean, he won another stage. What can you say? He just, every time. I can't even explain how he does it at this point. He won a championship last year with like the 17th best average running position. 17th! And he wins a championship. Like, he's got it figured out. Win one race, don't do nothing the rest of the year, show up in the playoffs, pull some strategy, get there, and just win. Battery. I know he had to pit, but is it done? Because, I mean, if they get a new battery in that thing, I don't even know if he's lost a lap yet, has he? I mean, if he's like 5 laps down, obviously then it's probably done, but if they can get a battery replaced decently quick, I would think. I show him 1 lap down, so he hasn't lost both of them. Loose battery. Because they are showing Chris Buescher getting the free pass here. So I imagine we'll see, I mean, maybe we'll see pit stops here. I'm not sure. Second stage is 100 laps. I don't know that they would want to go 150 laps on the same set of tires. I feel like that would not end up working out well. It is wild, though, that nobody gained or lost a spot on that last restart. Yeah, this is the only downside to stage racing is we got like 2 laps of action and now we're back waiting. So like we have these unfortunate times of yellow where it's like, man, that's like a 10-minute break followed by 2 minutes of action followed by another 10-minute break. It's like that's bad. That's just bad for TV. The NFL doesn't do that either. They don't go multiple timeouts back to back because it's bad for viewership. People will leave. They won't watch. Josh Berry's out after the first round? Nah. Unless he has bad luck like this, then yes, probably. But if he has the luck going his way, I mean, I think speed-wise, he's been a top 10 car all year. So you got to remember, the first round is always just survival. And so all it's going to take is issues for everybody else. But I think he's good enough to get through the first round just because all you have to do is survive. It's all about, did you finish? And if you finish, that typically does enough, especially with the speed they've had. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Pretty basic. Does look like he is in the top. Yeah, no, he's still only 1 lap down, so I think they got the battery fixed. So give him a shot. He ain't done yet. He is going to need another yellow, though, to come his way. Shout out AJ Allmendinger, too. That's a big 8 stage points for him. I mean, he's running in mid-20s in the standings. Like, those are big stage points for him to grab. All right, do we have pit stops coming yet? Are we still... I imagine a guy like Brad Keselowski has to stop, right? Yeah, here comes pit stops. All right, so who's pitting? I imagine everybody, but who knows? There's been enough strategy today that we won't know. So Joey is in, and that's all I can see because they're zoomed in way, way, way too close. So Joey, AJ... ooh, interesting. Priest is in. I do see Brad. I knew Brad had to be in. It looks to me like I think Bowman may have stayed out. I can't quite tell. Let's see here. All right, there's Barry coming back off pit road. Beat the leaders out. Well, I hope he beat the leaders out. I think Bowman stayed out. That's an interesting gamble there. He's -3 laps. Yeah, that's not going to be very good then. You can squeak your way back from there, but you're going to have to take wave rounds, and you're going to need a lot of things to go your way to get them laps back. So Bowman and John Hunter Nemechek decided to stay out. That is very interesting. So it'll be Bowman, Nemechek on old tires, and then Elliott Hamlin on a few lap old tires. First guy on brand news, which we're talking 2 laps newer, will be Logano. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning again. Oh my goodness. Joey Logano will be 30th. So, ow. I mean, I guess they took their points while they had them. But boy, I don't want to start in the 30s, man. That's a tough break. I show Josh Berry -2. Yeah, I show him -2, and he's the only car -2. So 1 crash on a restart, and he's right back in this. So I'm not gonna get too wound up just yet. I think he's got a shot to recover yet, but it's gonna take some luck for sure. We are not choosing yet. Kyle is 32nd. Is that just right now he's 32nd? Because he may have just come off pit road. Yeah, he came in and re-pitted a couple laps after everybody else did. So they're working on that car. Because everyone else came out on lap 72. He came out on lap 74. So I imagine there was a significant adjustment that was made when he came back in. So 40 laps older tires is what Bowman and Nemechek have. And they'll probably try to go the full 100 laps. They can do it. They have the fuel to get through there. So we'll see. Not choosing just yet. And as I thought, Barry is the only car a lap down, and he is 2 laps down. So he'll need 2 wave rounds. Or he'll need to get real lucky and be able to wave around and then immediately get a lucky dog. All right, no choose just yet, so still waiting on that. The 4-car throwback, yeah, dude, Xfinity honestly has done the best throwbacks this year. I gotta say, that's the one thing that, like, I'm not real impressed with the Cup cars because, again, they still have the stupid number placement. But even then, it just doesn't, they don't look good. Like, the Xfinity car can just emulate the paint schemes better, which is really unfortunate. All right, so we're 11 laps into this stage. What are we waiting on? They wasted 10 consecutive laps of this stage already. And this is the problem I have with it. This is no cleanup. There was no caution for debris or nothing. This was literally a stage caution, and it's 10 laps. Dude, I hate that. I absolutely cannot stand when we have stage cautions that are this freaking long. Because it's like, what are we doing? I mean, what are we riding around for? Yeah, exactly. I agree. What are we riding around for? Stop wasting the race. I mean, the problem I have with it, too, is, like, I have to go back and look, but I think it was 30 minutes ago when that first caution came out. We've had 2 minutes of action and 30 minutes of real time. That's what... Football has a 15-minute halftime. Like, that has to be kind of pointed out as, like, hey, even if it's, you know, a stage break right next to a caution, it's like, hey, it's okay to just pull that thing out and completely just be done with it, because we really, really don't want that. It's not good to immediately be going from caution to stage break, because now we're just sitting here waiting. All right, coming to the green this time. There is the green. It'll be Elliott and Bowman on the front. Down the backstretch, Elliott's starting to eke out an advantage. See if he can make it last. 3 and 4. He will lead, and he will probably be about clear. Is Bowman going to let him in? Not just yet. Give it one more set of corners, he'll probably let him in, because he's now protecting against Hamlin. And yes, Chase Elliott will get back to the lead. So, as bad as the pit strategy worked out the first time for stage 1, with only finishing 8th, he will end up as the leader to start stage 2. So, the sacrifice of stage points, worth it for the lead, I guess. So, up at the front, we've got Elliott, Bowman, Hamlin, Larson. Nemechek is 5th. Then Custer, Wallace, Bell, Gibbs, and Reddick in the top 10. Outside the top 10, Briscoe and Blaney, just right outside that. Here comes Hamlin to second. He will take the second spot. Larson now looks on. He's going to try to go around the outside of Alex Bowman. Now he's going to peek to the inside. Still got stage points. Again, he's going to make the playoffs on points because he's a good point racer. So I'm not worried about him playoffs or not playoffs. I just want to see him have race winning speed. I'm tired of him being the 4th fastest Hendrick car because I know he's better than that. And Gustafson is bad at pit strategy, so you ain't going to steal one that way. You're going to have to steal it on either luck or get faster and get the speed that you need. Meanwhile, Byron up to 19th. He has climbed up to 19th the legit way. Elliott should be right there with Larson. Larson I think is a better driver, and I also think Cliff Daniels is a better crew chief, so that's why they're not... it's going to be hard to match that tandem on speed, but I would agree, at certain tracks that Larson's not as good at, he should be wiping the floor in terms of with the Hendrick crew, because he always had before. Before all the pit crews were swapped back in, 2021, it was literally everybody was down a notch. And it's great that they upgraded crew chiefs. I'm not disappointed about that at all. It's just a matter of okay, who's the weakest link now? And I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Bowman's crew chief just yet to really get a good handle on if it's working or not. But for sure, we know Rudy Fugel's working, and we know that Cliff Daniels is working. No doubt about that. I just look at Alan Gustafson, and it's he had Mark Martin, he had Jeff Gordon, he had, he had great drivers behind the wheel, and never got a championship till Chase. Never won more than 5 races in a year. That's the kicker to me. It's you never won more than 5 races in the year, and you've had champions that drove your car. Or champion equivalents with Mark Martin, but you've had these great drivers in your car, and the most you've won is 5, and those sometimes take quite a bit of luck to get done. You think about the Chase one, good grief, you had to win a bunch of road courses. There were some freebies in there when you have a guy that good at the road course. So, yeah. Oh, let's not act like Gordon was bad. Jeff Gordon in 2014 was phenomenal. Jeff Gordon had the speed. But the thing is, what I look at is Jeff Gordon, in my opinion, is a better driver than Jimmy Johnson. And I think that's part of the frustration Jimmy and Jeff probably would have had is for Jeff, he's sitting there watching somebody else have so much more success, knowing he is full well capable of that same stuff. Like I said, 2014, Jeff Gordon was phenomenal, and they still only won 4 races. He should have been, he should have had a lot more wins than that. He was so good that year. And again, bad luck happens. No doubt about it. Bad luck happens from time to time, but it's more just a thing of I want to see you overperform your team or your equipment's opportunities, going out and making stuff happen. Ooh, good move. Noah Gregson's going to go around the outside of John Hunter. That's a good move. Nice and clean. Didn't need to use a bumper. Ends up with some cleaner air on that. They just showed age graphics. So that's what made me goof that up. But yeah, move it into the top 15. What do y'all like, Randall Burnett? I don't know. I think Randall is not a good match for Kyle, but I don't think Randall necessarily is bad. I don't know. It's hard to say. I would not be excited, I guess. I would not be like jumping for joy. Like Travis Peterson is one that I'd be like, ooh, here we go. This is something. He's just a guy that uses a lot of strategy. Obviously, if they could ever steal like Gabe Hart from Gibbs, I think that would have been a phenomenal steal because I think he was a fantastic crew chief. Other guys that I would like to see him try to steal, I'd like to see Scott Zipadelli. That's Corey Haim's crew chief in the trucks. I think there is potential there. If they could find a way to steal Corey Haim's crew chief, oh yeah, I would be on board with that. He has been a phenomenal crew chief at that level. Brett Moffitt won a championship with him in the first year they'd ever worked together, so like, he's good. All right, keeping an eye on it up front. Everybody just kind of minding P's and Q's, out for a nice little ride. Not really any major action going on. Biggest mover since the restart, Joey Logano has found his way to 10th from 30th. 20th from 30th. He's up 10 spots. I'm not sure how much of that is... I'm not sure what to make of that exactly yet, though, because is it the slightly fresher tires? Is he that much better than everyone? Like, I can't quite make it out just yet. "32 laps down of the stage thus far. I do think these tires will fall off a lot more as the run goes on, so let's see what, 50 plus is where we'll start to probably see a little bit better idea. Where's Brett Moffitt at nowadays? Dude, I don't know. I don't understand how he can't get any. I can't believe these car owners can look at someone that just brings home equipment, takes care of it, finishes better than it should, and they just are like, nah, put the rich kid in. Let him crash my cars till I'm bankrupt. I mean, Our Motorsports is probably going to be under by the end of this year because Chris Wright's going to tear up everything they have left. So Our Motorsports is about done. You saw what happened to AM Racing. They let him out, they shucked him out the door for Haley Deegan for that money. And then what happened to it? Like, dude, that didn't work out so well for them. They've done a little better with Harrison Burton, but not much. So AM didn't have great luck. GMS is gone. They threw him out the door and barely won any races after that. He's completely junked. Or I shouldn't say junk. That team completely ended up belly up and defunct. Like, it's just wild to me. Like, the guy overperformed at all these teams, and literally, once he left the teams and was out of it, then the, immediate aftermath of that was the teams went downhill and eventually closed within, the first 5 years. Or if not closed, they were very close to closing. Because Our Motorsports is not closed yet, but they're close. Wolf doesn't get enough credit for Logano's success. I mean, the thing is, Logano's done it with more than one guy, so that helps. But Paul Wolf is weird because I think speed-wise, he's second or third fastest at Penske. I think it's, at this point, pretty clear. The 12 car is the premium car on speed. But the 22 car pulls strategy all the time. I mean, they won the first stage. And heck, some caution comes out here, he'll probably do it again. Like, he's just willing to do something different. And it's kind of they have the mentality of, if you're not winning, then what's the point? So when they're sitting in 10th, they have a chance to just stay out and maybe win a race. It may go badly for them, but they're going to try, and I got to appreciate that. But yeah, raw speed, you don't really see the Joey Logano days of old where he was out leading, 3/4 of the laps and dominating on speed. Like, those days are gone. Todd Gordon was the crew chief in that era. And yeah, we don't see that out of Joey. It's a lot of, you look at the races he wins, sometimes he doesn't lead until the very last chunk of the race. Now, Phoenix is a little different story when he sits on the pole there, shows up and dominates. But every other race, I can't think of the last dominant race we've seen out of him since the 2 Phoenix races in 22 and 24. Every other race between all that was not that dominant. Dude, Joey Logano has the weirdest odd year curses. 2023 is 1 win. 2017 he has 1 win. 2019 he had a couple. So he had a little bit better 2019. But yeah, it's like 17, 1 win. 21, 1 win. 23, 1 win. Like, his odd years are just bad. And then his even years are literal championships. Like, crazy. Yeah, keep an eye out when Iowa and Kansas type announcements start rolling around. That's when you'd see anything from Moffitt. Because if he's going to throw a sponsorship together, it's going to be for Iowa or Kansas. Those are the two close tracks. So it'd be one of the two. Oh, we got the 50 car well off the pace. That's going to be a caution, I imagine. Looks like it is. Caution is out. Burt Myers is well off the pace. I think he's just coasting it around at this point. Oh, look at that. We're just in time for a Joey Logano special. 42 laps into the stage. And remember, only 30 laps on the tires. I was going to say, Junebug, I would argue that 2015 is the most cursed. Because he literally should have won a title on speed and didn't. Now, that being said, I would also argue 2015 was just karma biting him in the butt. Because he had... Put it this way. Everyone wants to look at that Matt Kenseth thing now with the rose-colored glasses of that's not good for racing. That's not what we need to see in racing. But everyone seems to forget when that incident took place in 2015, the entire crowd was cheering. The entire garage was cheering. The radios of the drivers lit up, laughing and cheering on Matt Kenseth. So there's a certain point of it when everyone was laughing or cheering about it, you might have been the problem. Like, I mean, there were so many driver and crew chief radios talking about the fan reaction and what they saw and all these different things. And so it's like, it's hard for me to sit there and be like, okay, if the whole sport was like mad at you, maybe it's on you. Just maybe. Yeah, well, and remember at Martinsville, people forget that Matt's race was ended at Martinsville due to a crash with Joey and Brad. They were trying to let each other in, didn't work, and then Brad ended up completely wiping out the 20 car. And so it wasn't intentional by any stretch. Nobody did that intentionally. But we still have to factor in and say, look, it may not have been intentional, but you did totally crash him. Like, just absolutely wreck him. So I don't know. There's a certain point of that where it's like, we got to factor that in. I do remember that, but the thing was, that was not even like a sarcastic comment from Tony Stewart. All right, what do we got here? So 30 laps in, let's see what we get for strategy here. All right, pit road is open. Leaders are coming. We got about 4 that have stayed out thus far. 5 now have stayed out. Not a big number of guys staying out. The question is going to be, do you do 2 or 4? So with this many guys staying out, only being about 6 of them, now, so the 9's going to do 4. 4 Tire Allen. Oh, very nice. Very classy. 16 car yielded to let Chase get to the outside and get out. Very nice. I think Larson's still going to beat him out, though. A lot of traffic on pit road. 4 tires there. So Larson will win the battle off pit road. Did he only do 2? He beat him by a mile. That might be only 2 tires on the 5. I have to look. So there will be 60 laps to go in the stage. We'll see exactly what that turns into. Oh, dude. Martinsville race wins from here on out are going to be awesome. With this soft tire literally just pelting the side of the car and making it dark and black. It's going to look a lot like... does any of these cars even have it? The Homesteads used to have it. It would be just dark all down the front side. And I think we're going to get a lot more of that, which is going to be kind of fun. Okay. The official running order. So Briscoe and Larson, I think, took 2 because of the gap they had on everybody. And I think Logano also may have taken 2 with Chastain. So there might be a mix of guys as far as twos versus 4s on tires. All right, here's one. Least favorite Casey Kane and Chase Elliott schemes. This is probably going to be pretty easy because for Chase Elliott, my least favorite scheme that he ever ran was the UniFirst car in like 2018. Had like a black number, green. It was just ugly. I mean, it was a bad looking car. So yeah, the UniFirst car in like 2018 would be one of them because it was just bad. And for Casey Kane, I think he didn't have a lot of real stinkers, especially at Evernham. Those Evernham cars were always sharp. But at Hendrick, I'm trying to think if he had any really ugly ones there. You know, as odd as this is to say, I think there was a children's cancer one with great clips that was really bad. It had like cheetah print and just it was a bad car. I could probably look it up actually and bring it on. But it was bad. It was not good. Let me look it up here. Let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, Chase had UniFirst in 2018, but it like I said, it was an ugly car. Let's see here, or maybe it was 2019, but it was one of the earliest UniFirst cars. What am I looking for? Kane, 2017 Chicago, I want to say. Images. Oh, no, I didn't like... That one's not so bad. That wasn't the one. Let's try 2016. Great clips. That's the Shark Week. There it is. There it is. Let me just wiggle this over into the way real quick. There you go. There you go. Now you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. You can't quite see all of it because I don't have enough room. But... that's the car up in the top or right here on the side. That's the car. Like cheetah print, red, blue. Just, I did not like this car at all. That thing just, I thought it was one of the ugliest looking cars I had ever seen. So there's that one. But that would be arguably my least favorite of Kane's cars. That might have been a Daytona one. I thought Chicago, because there was one he did run there but it was better. I liked the 2017 one a little better. So I thought that one was okay. All right, let's see how we got for a restart here. They're getting all lined up. Looks like they're going to be good. Come on, show us the... oh my gosh, showing the repairs of the 20 car. Okay, that's fine. Show us the battery replacement real quick. And then go back and show us the restart because they're coming. Or they got one more lap maybe. Otherwise, they should be green by now. Nope, they're green. Stop showing the onboard. This camera angle sucks. Stop showing an onboard. You cannot see what's happening from a freaking onboard from 30th place. They're showing Brad Keselowski's onboard. Why? Nobody can see that. No, literally, not just some people can't. Nobody can. Nobody can see that. Do not show that camera view. That is useless. There is no information that a race fan wants to see on that screen. So Hamlin is away with the lead. Then we've got Bubba Wallace in second, Ty Gibbs third, Custer fourth, Suarez and Larson, I believe, are battling for fifth at the moment. Can't quite see. They're zoomed in really hard on the leader, so I really can't tell what's going on behind that. Meanwhile, we got all sorts of mess going on here. We got 3 wide going on. Yeah, I think if you're Chase, you got to get down. That outside lane is not working. It worked for him when he's just battling Bowman, but the minute you have any slow car get in front of you, you just cannot go forward. So you got to find another way around. I don't know. 4-tire Allen, I think, is going to cost Chase the race here. He's been pretty good on speed, but he can't take that same strategy approach every single pit stop because it's going to eventually shuffle him so far back he can't recover. Oh, 38, not a good idea. Good job backing out of that. Jones he had a chance to go inside of the 7. 38 was looking on. Definitely wasn't enough room to go 4 wide in there because it's Martinsville. Yeah, it was before. Remember, I'm a little delayed, but the feed I was on was only showing the 6 cars on board. It was like, what are we doing? All right, so trying to keep an eye on exactly where we're at here. 58 of 100, so we still have about 42 laps to go. Elliott has gotten by Larson, so Larson's 2 tires not working out that well for him right now. Blaney and Logano. That's a battle for 10th? No, 11th. That's a battle for 11th. Whatever happened to Bowman? I have to look back and figure out what happened there because I don't see Bowman anywhere in the top 20. I mean, I know he got shuffled back a little bit, but unless he needed more fuel on the pit stop, but man, he is gone. There he is, 29th. What the heck happened to Bowman? I must have missed that. Bowman's way back there. Oh, penalty. Okay, that would make sense. Let's see. Remember, you know what I miss? A-Shock. That 2021 car was beautiful. 100%. I loved that 2021 A-Shock car. And the cool part was he ran that sponsor with like sprint car. He ran it with a late model. Ran it with a midget at the Chili Bowl. Like he ran that sponsor in a lot of places, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that was a great looking car. I wish they would have stuck around a little longer. Elliott now moves past Suarez, right on the bumper of Bell. He's got he's running a high lane, low lane, where he's crossing over on the corner exit and getting a great run. That's how he's making the passes work. I'm trying to see, is he going to get Bell this time by? It was close. See if he can get to the next corner. No, he will get him, I think, on the front stretch here. Well, let's see how much of a run he's got. Stagnant cameras. I hate these. They add very little to the race as far as trying to see what's happening. Saw that car at 2021. Looked really good. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's one of my favorites. I think my all-time favorite that I also did get to see race was the Mountain Dew car, the one he ran at Kansas. That car was just beautiful. I was taking photos of that thing. I was like, I love this race car. So I was pretty happy with that one. Boy, we got all sorts of messes going on around this track. It's still not full Martinsville yet. These cars are still not getting spun. I hate to say spun. I don't want a bunch of crashes, but I mean, you can literally rock a guy into a corner and he can still save it. I don't want to say that's a good thing because you're supposed to be on edge. And so there is some value to being, I guess, on control and out of control on the edge. So I almost kind of wish there was a little more. But it is what it is. Not the one with the 2 stripes that Dega 2017 Little Caesars. Yes, I do remember that one. It was just orange and white from what I remember though. It was not crazy good. I wouldn't put it on like a top tier list. I would say one of my favorites of chases was obviously the Mountain Dew cars were always great. So I've always really liked those, but also anytime they go in invert colors, like they ran it in 2019 at Vegas. I want to say it was a Napa Lamps car. It was his standard Napa paint scheme, but instead of white, it was yellow. And it was a blue and yellow Napa car, and it looked just good. I thought that was one of my favorites. I thought that was a great looking car. Keep an eye on Ryan Blaney. Watching his lap times, he looks real quick. Keeping an eye on it. Let's see. Oh, Chase just moved to 5th, so he's going to have to get up to Briscoe now. The white Hooters car at Talladega. Yeah, I didn't think that one was great. His 2018 was fine. 2019 was fine. 2020 had the Night Owl. 2021 had the Night Owl. Those were all good. 2021 was the Night Owl. So 2022 is when they went to the white one again. I thought that one was okay. 2022. What was 20? Oh, that was 22. 23 was the black Night Owl again. And then 24 was the one they won with at Texas, this one. Which I thought was good. The black and orange was a pretty good look, and then now they're gone. So it's unfortunate. I thought Hooters was fun. I had every Hooters car that was made. I don't know. We'll see if I keep them. I'm still got to go through all these cars and get more of them gone. So got to clean out the apartment, have some room to work. Man, Ross Chastain has choice privileges on the hood. That car still looks good. I will say right now, if I had to put a name, I don't know that they quote unquote lost it. I think they settled it. Like basically, Hooters was saying we can't pay the full sponsorship amount. So the logical conclusion is to sue, so that way you can open up the books and get what you can. So I don't know that it was an overly like contentious lawsuit. It was kind of a thing of like, hey, we're bankrupt. So they're like, okay, you're bankrupt, but we still have to sue you to get any money out of you. And so that's what you do. And then the court goes in and says, how much can they pay? They can pay about this. So Hooters says, we can settle for this. And they'll say, yep, we don't need to bother any further. So they probably paid $900,000 or something like that. And they probably owed like 1.8 or maybe 1.2 million. Like they probably paid 60 to 70% maybe. Sometimes it's what I mean is basically like this wasn't a thing where like Hooters was, I would say, egregiously out of line. That's what, when you file for bankruptcy, that's what happens. Bills go unpaid. Then the people who are unpaid sue, so they distribute all the assets out, and you end up with something for the people who are wronged by not getting paid. So it's just kind of a pretty basic thing, I guess. Oh, Chase already got around Briscoe. Oh. Okay. He might get to the front by the end of this. We'll see. 20 laps to go. I mean, he's 2.8 back. It's going to take a lot to get there, I think. But lap traffic might become a factor here for Denny here soon. So we'll see. He may have something for him. 20 to go in the stage. 4 tires with Chase and are in 4th. Also in 8th with Blaney, I believe. So I will say, this is the first race so far this year where Chase has had race winning speed. I don't like the fact that he's had to crawl from the back multiple times. Ooh, bad lockup into the corner on Bowman. So I don't like him having to go through the field all the time, but he does show speed. Peter Max. I don't know much about the Earnhardt scheme because I wasn't watching in that era. Oh, there he goes around Gibbs. That'll be for 3rd. And yeah, that's an easy pass. So okay, we'll see. It's gonna be pretty much just him chasing down Hamlin. Bubba Wallace, the only car in between them now. We'll have to see, though, because like I said, if Hamlin gets into any traffic whatsoever, it's going to get very interesting. Oh, these cars are so dirty. I love it. I love it, man. They look so good. I can't wait to see who wins this race. I hope it's Chase. This will be one of the best Chase wins yet. I hope they don't cake it with confetti, because honestly, this one will be dirty enough. We don't need it. track to park it. No, I wouldn't park the 50. I think he's been very good for the speed that's in that car. I mean, it's his first Cup race for Burt Myers, but he's respectful. If you look at how he's managing that traffic that's kind of moving around him on all sides, he's done a very good job not getting in the way. So I would let him roll. I'm not going to create a problem until he shows that he can't navigate traffic anymore. Like if he starts having trouble and getting bumped into, run into because he's just in the way, then I'm going to move him off the track. But until then, I'm going to let it go. And Denny Hamlin looks really good on the long run here. Because he's on older tires, but he's still running really good pace. Oh, here we go. 14 to go in the stage. Allmendinger and Dillon. That's a battle for 20th. I think this is going to be a track position race with a lot of it coming down to what decisions you make in the last stage as far as pit strategy goes. There's only a handful of cars that look like they're fast enough to move through the field. Blaney looks pretty good. Obviously, the Chase in the 9 looks good, but it sure looks like... I think Hamlin's good as well. He's in front right now, so we couldn't quite see it, but those are the cars I think that are good enough to actually win on or move through the field. A lot of everybody else, they just settle where they settle. I mean, you look at Chase and Bell, they kind of settled out 8th and 9th, and they just run 8th and 9th the whole time. So we're not seeing big-time moves through the field. We're not seeing, like, whole groups of cars coming and going. We're just seeing the fast ones trickle their way through this way, the slow ones trickle their way back. But the majority of them seem to kind of settle in and just start running where they're at. I think Barry needs to stay out on this next caution. They'll only have about 60 laps. They'll have to go a chunk more, but you have to try to get a wave around to get back on the 1 lap down stage to even have a shot for the lucky dog. And so you have to steal that first lap back, and the faster you can do it, the better. All right, what's the lap time? Ooh, Denny in traffic is not running very good, but, I mean, obviously there's still a long way to go, so. I say a long way to go, 9 to go. Not a huge amount of time. Yeah, a couple really tough laps there for Denny Hamlin. Trying to get around Ricky Stenhouse. I believe that's to put him a 2nd lap down on the afternoon. Ricky will have to probably yield it here at the end exit of the corner. No, he's going to keep fighting. Six to go as they run. Looks like Chase will clear Bubba here. Yep, he'll clear him off the corner. So that'll run him into 2nd, but with 6 to go, I don't know if he's going to have quite enough time to try to go get Denny Hamlin, who is just 2 cars ahead. Got to get to Stenhouse first. 5 to go. Now 4 to go this time by. There'll be 3 to go when they get to the line this time. Be 2 to go next time. Oh, Chase is just battling with Stenhouse. He's a roadblock. Dude, why? I don't understand why you have to move Stenhouse out of the way. He's already a lap down. Like, what are you doing? I mean, that's classic Ricky, I guess. Like, he'd rather wreck himself than finish for some reason. One to go on the stage. I don't think Chase is going to have quite enough time to get there. Dude, what are you doing, Ricky? Like, well, not much of a battle. A little tight there, but got close to the end. It was very close, but at the end of the stage, it'll be Denny Hamlin. Then it'll be Chase Elliott there. Ooh, that's a chunk of the tire that came off for Denny. Then we got Bubba, Gibbs, Briscoe, Blaney, Chastain, Bell, Larson, and Reddick. So Denny Hamlin will take stage number 2. Held on really well on those old tires. Chase came as far forward as possible on 4. Briscoe on 2. Blaney on 4. Got to 6th. So far, I'm pretty happy with the race speed, though. This is the best that Chase has looked in a long time at Martinsville. Like, didn't look this good last year. Didn't look good in 2023. Last year in the fall, he was leading, but that was pit strategy. He wasn't even that fast at that race either. So, definitely a better look for the 9 this year. Hey, Jamie Wilson. Welcome on in. What we got here? All right, get that sent. What do we got here? We got a message. Perfect. Okay, well, I'll do one more quick announcement while I had an eBay message to handle real quick. The link up at the top, or the pinned comment, that is the link to the eBay page. A bunch of stuff ending at 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Central. That'd be 9 on the East Coast, 6 on the West Coast. But anyway, whole bunch of stuff. Boatload, I think how many are there? 4 by 4 is 16. So 16, 32, 48... Probably like 55, 60. I think I have 55 or 60. 164s ending tonight, and then a whole bunch of 124th race wins. So, bunch of stuff out there. There's Byron's, there's Larson's, there's Elliott's, there's Bell? Is there a Bell? I don't know. I have to look. There's a bunch. But yeah, you can find them over at the eBay page in the link up above. So, like I said, just ends at 8 tonight. The stuff will ship on Tuesday because I'm going to be gone up in Iowa for tomorrow. So then I'll be back, and I'll ship the stuff on Tuesday. So, don't be afraid if it ends tonight. You don't see it shipped right away tomorrow. It'll be 1 day delay as I get back to eventually box the stuff. But like I said, stuff ends tonight at 10, so I figured I'd give it one more shout out before they end tonight. All right, so I wanted to go through and see if we've got any developing news on the Twitter. Oh, they're showing the race from yesterday. Not really sure why. Oh, yeah, there's them crashing everybody as they came across the line. That was cool. Well, he does end up getting 9 playoff points for Chase, so that's pretty handy going forward. I don't know if anyone's got any crazy amounts of stage points. Blaney might have a little bit, but I think a lot of the guys that were top 10 in stage 1 had different strategies for stage 2, so I think we're going to see something different. We'll see here, though, as they come to pit road, with 215 laps to go. Oh, I forgot it's only 400 laps this time. So with 215 laps to go, I imagine most everybody will do 4 tires and fuel. They were out there for about 60 to 65 laps. I don't know that you want to be on 2 tires for a massive chunk of the run like that. I mean, they'd have to run 110 laps just to split it in half, which you can go over 150 laps on these. So the thing is, I don't think you'll see a lot of people do anything too wild as far as if they decide to pit super early when they just get inside the window, just because of what the tires do mean. So, going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't think Larson's going to do 2 tires. I mean, he held, but he didn't go forward. Looks like it'll be 4 on the 9. Looks like it'll be 4 on the 54. Looks like it'll be pretty much all 4 tire stops. Oh, slow on the left rear for the 9. He shoots out. Not a horrible stop, just one small hiccup. And with a lap car in between him and the rest of them, I think he will come out behind Hamlin still, or at least close to him. Yep, right behind Hamlin. So, still will come out second, even with a small hiccup on the stop. Everybody got 4 tires. For some reason, it says Bubba didn't get any tires. That's obviously not right. So, it'll be 4 tires and fuel for everybody. No strategy on this one. This will be pretty basic. Call me crazy, we idolize guys like Dale Earnhardt for stuff like that. 1990 in Bristol, he gassed it up in the corner and flat out wrecked Labonte. Oh, no, 100%. I still don't understand why people thought like that's some glorious move. Like, I think most people look at that and say, yeah, that was kind of a cheap shot. Like, that was arguably should have been penalized. To just go up and dump a guy after he passed you was kind of a joke. Like, he beat you the first time by being better. Then the caution comes out. He gets tires. You try to gamble with no tires. He passes you again, beats you essentially the second time, and then you just wreck him. Like, oh, that was kind of junky. But yeah, I don't think we need necessarily. I guess the best way to put it is I think Xfinity needs full-time veterans. Like, they need more Allgaiers. They need more. They need more Brett Moffats. They need those types of guys that took care of stuff. You know, Sammy Smith has always run his equipment and beat the crap out of it. Taylor Gray actually did a pretty good job yesterday, but he's not exactly known for keeping cars clean. Austin Hill has never once kept cars clean. He has always been a bulldozer. You know, there's just all the guys that have a pretty good level of keeping the cars clean, they're not in that series because they don't have the big old check that comes behind it, which is unfortunate. Here's Josh Berry. He's going to get that wave around now. I knew it, he had to do it. This is the right time to try to get one of those laps back because you got to give yourself a shot. Also, the radar looks pretty clear right now, so we should be in pretty good shape to go the rest of the way. I will say, though, if the race does end up under a heavy rain delay, if it looks like it's going to be more than an hour, stream's going to end. I got to get up to Iowa, and I don't want to be driving too late. So if this thing goes into the night, we'll watch. I'll watch, just not together. But yeah, if a rainstorm comes in and it looks like it's going to be a little bit, that'll be the end of the stream because I need to get moving to Iowa. So it's a 6-hour drive, a little under 6. So from here, it's about 10. It'd be about 10. I live in Kansas City, so it would be about 10 o'clock if I left right now. So it'll probably be closer by the time the race is over to 11 or midnight. And then if we have any rain delay, I'd be looking way later than that even, and I'm just not doing it. So. Kansas side or Missouri side? I am on the Kansas side. All right. Ty Gibbs earned his first stage points of the year. So as bad as he has had start to this season, them stage points, and if he can finish off with one good result, it's going to be a big deal for him. Let's see. Thoughts you lived in Iowa? Kansas side? Okay, good. Yeah, Missouri is not good. I shouldn't say not good. I've been around all the places, but yeah, the Kansas side is noticeably better than the Missouri side. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's bad areas of the Kansas side, but Missouri side is notably worse. I will say, though, I think for the most part, most of the people are pretty friendly. Like, I've done some door dashing around, just playing around on the motorcycle and doing something fun. But I've been on the Missouri side a few times, and it's been pretty fine. Thoughts on the throwbacks in Cup? Bowman's got a pretty good one. Byron's got a pretty good one. Larson has a great legendary one. That one's fantastic. Elliott's is awful. That thing can just be chucked out the window. That is awful. I almost would have wanted to see him throw back to the double mint car Kane ran in 2007 in the Nationwide Series. But who else has some throwbacks announced? Blaney's looks pretty good. I like that one. It'd be good if Johnson didn't just do it in 2018 and better. Yeah, I mean, that would help. But, I mean, at least it looks more correct. I think the biggest problem I have is, like, the Cup ones, they can't make it look accurate because the number's in the wrong spot. I mean, the Xfinity throwbacks have been legendary. I mean, the 26 car, beautiful. 44 car, beautiful. 28 and 39, those throwbacks, great. I mean, the throwbacks for Junior Motorsports are great. Like, the Xfinity series ain't messing around. They're bringing top-tier throwbacks, and they look really good. All right, let's see here. Coming to the restart zone. There's the launch. Down the backstretch they go. So it looks like Hamlin will get out front. And is Elliott quite clear? Not just yet. Not quite clear of Denny. Or not Denny. It would be Bubba as he's trying to clear. I mean, at least, I think the Hudson Hornet number was on the back, though, wasn't it? Or was it way up front? Maybe it was up front. That'd be a fun throwback, honestly, for Cody Ware to run. So Elliott will end up sliding down into second. Meanwhile, we got a good battle between Blaney and Briscoe. Another batch of the bees. Larson back there in seventh. Gotta see, I don't see Byron up there anymore either. So Byron has not fully recovered. Bowman's up to 25th. And Byron is going to be right outside the top 10. He's 11th. Okay, so he's still close, but not showing the same speed we've seen out of Byron the last couple years at Martinsville. Definitely, I will say, definitely Chase has been the best Hendrick car thus far. Thus far this year, he has looked, this has been his best race, without a doubt. It would be nice if he could get himself locked in to the playoffs. I mean, locked in is a relative term. Like I said, he's going to point his way in regardless. I'm not worried, but you mean X? I'm never going to call it that. I don't care what Musk wants to do. And I ain't calling it X. It's still Twitter. It's still twitter.com, I think. And maybe it just redirects to x.com. I don't know. Byron to the inside of Logano. That is a battle for the 10th position. Ooh, a little contact into the wall for Ty Gibbs. Or for Joey Logano on the outside of Ty Gibbs. And it looks like he may have given Ty Gibbs a shot back, because now Ty Gibbs is on the outside. Caution is out. What's our caution for? Is it for rain? Ooh, Joey just tried to hook Ty Gibbs under caution. Good save there. Dang. All right, so Herbst is going to go around, but he doesn't lose a lap, so not a bad situation there. What was he? Oh gosh, he was 3 wide on the top. That's not going to work. And then the 2 just drove right through him. That's the 2 car. That's on the 2 car. I don't know what he was mad about. The 35 was on the outside of him. He just drove right through him. That's the second time he's intentionally wrecked somebody this year. He's getting a little comfortable with that. He should probably have learned the first time. All right, well, that's the caution. It was pretty early in the stage. I don't think we're going to see any major moves on pit road here. I mean, tires matter, but that small amount of laps, I mean, they literally got 20, maybe 15 laps done. So with only 15 laps on the tires, I imagine almost everyone is going to stay out here. So those who pit are trying to just do something different from everybody in front. Not a bad move. But anybody up front, this means you, Alan Gustafson, you stay out. You stay on the racetrack. You do not come in and pit right here. Oh, the thing is, they were pretty much settled up until he just sent it in there to the 3rd lane and gave Herbst nothing but the 4th lane to use. Otherwise, they probably would have made it. So it looks like they're going to wave Shane Van Gisbergen around. Meanwhile, that caution is huge for Josh Berry, by the way. He will now get back into, he's not on the lead lap, but he is now 1 lap down and has a chance to equalize on tires. So that's big for Josh Berry. He now has a shot to get the lucky dog under our next yellow, get right back in the thick of this. I did. I watch High Limit every time I can. And yeah, he had a great shot to win. He just got messed up one set of corners. Brad Sweet got by, and late race charged and ran Brad back down. Just, man, didn't have quite enough. I think you give him 1 more lap, he may have got there. Because Brad was really having trouble with the lap cars, and yeah, Kane was coming. That would have been really cool to see him get his first national touring win. Trying to see, what do we got? Yeah, pit stops are already completed. Let's look. Let's see who all came into pit on this time. So these will be the guys to watch later in this run because they would be more likely to stay out if another caution comes out, say at about 40 laps. These are the guys that would potentially stay out. It's going to start with John Hunter Nemechek and AJ Allmendinger, 31st and 32nd. And then Cole Custer, Shane Van Gisbergen, and then after that it's just Josh Berry. But he's a lap down, So only about 4 cars pitted. It was a really small number. I'm surprised. I mean, if you're, I don't know, Chris Buescher, you're on 29th. Like, dude, you could take that. I mean, it's not a ton. It's about 10 green flag laps, but those better ones would have gotten him a shot. I don't like Brad Sweet now. I can't not like him. He's still, still a KKR driver, so. So Elliott will choose the inside this time. He's going to try and stick with Hamlin instead of trying to battle it around the outside. He did get in while battling with Bubba, but I think he'll try to see if he can go and just clear in the first set of corners. So 27 laps down of 220, so there's 193 laps to go still. So 193, they're not in the fuel window just yet. Granted, I like Connor Hall in the Cars Tour because he drives the 88 for JRM. Yeah. No, there's totally like bias to the number. You always are going to root for that number because that number has like a team logo with it. You know, it's like your favorite thing, just like a sport. Ooh, bad restart for Bubba Wallace there. Got all sorts of jacked up going into the corner. That was a little weird, but he does get settled up. Ends up gonna run side by side for second. So side by side, everybody goes. No real changes up at the front. The 9 will clear. He is now good for second. Bubba is clear for third. So they will get single file here in the front 5 at least. First side-by-side battle, because it is classic Martinsville. The bottom lane is the lane to use. But the first side-by-side battle is Briscoe back in the field, and now he actually, I think, has single filed out as well. So it is kind of nice to have classic Martinsville back, where, you know, you all have to really fight for the bottom because the outside just isn't an option, where it was kind of an option before because you could run the outside lane to get a good run and get clean air, and clean air was so important. Ty Gibbs running the outside, trying to get around Chase Briscoe. Out of the corner, he is good. Oh, come on, I want to see this battle. Logano and Gibbs is looking like it's going to be a fun battle. Come on, show us Logano Gibbs. Gibbs is cleared. Logano's going to punt him. And then he's going to drive away. Been a fun Martinsville race, though. This has been pretty good. The lane to use, unless you're Ross Chastain. Then you can use the very, very top. But to be honest, Martinsville was the most logical place to try it at because you could gain so much time with the wall. You know, because your corner speed is so much slower than the end of the straightaway speed. So by just eliminating that, like, this is the logical track, if you're going to try it, that it's going to yield the best rewards. Which it did. I'm hoping to get a wing panel for Brad Sweet as well. I want to get one of those hung up. Because I've got the 4, I've got the 9, and I want to get the 49. I'd love to get a Kane 9 too. We'll see if I can swing that, see if I can find one. I've recently joined a Facebook page with sheet metal, so we'll see if I can find some of those. I'd rather, instead of having 100 and... Who am I kidding? I have 1,000. Instead of like 1,000 die-cast cars, I'd rather have like 5 good pieces of sheet metal and a couple hundred cars. It'd be way more fun. Way more fun. All right, so at the moment, Denny Hamlin's starting to set sail out front, running 20.5s. Is the KKR 9 not 9? Yeah, that's Darren Pittman. So you'll see there's an autograph kind of like at the front end. You'll see there's actually 2 K autographs. One's Casey Kane, one's Cale Kane, and then the one up above that is Darren Pittman. So that 9 is a Darren Pittman. Dude, it would be kind of neat if they made like a high detail Casey Kane one. Cale Kane? Yeah, that's his, or is it Cole? No, it's Cale, isn't it? I gotta look now. Is it Cale or Cole? I thought it was Cale. But he was the crew chief. Yeah, it's Cale. K-A-L-E. But he was a crew chief for, Darren Pittman. So either a crew chief or a car chief or something. But yeah. So yeah, it's Cale Kane, Casey Kane, and Darren Pittman all signed on that one. And then this one is Casey Kane and Cody Dara. Oh, I didn't even mention it. One of the cars that'll be going live this week, when I eventually get my listing started again, for those who are interested in high-value cars, I know you are, diehard, the Elite premiere of this car right here, this Brad Keselowski Darlington car, which Darlington's next week, so that'll be fun. Probably go live next week, actually, because I don't think I'll have any ready for this week. But this car right here is the second one I had to order. Because the first car I got in that I wanted to make the Race Craze edition was the door number. And I'm not gonna like goof up a door number. So yeah, this is the one that is gonna stay the Race Craze edition. That's like DIN 196 or something. But DIN number 6, the door number for this, is out in my living room area, and that's gonna get listed next week. So yeah, there's a There is a door number Brad Keselowski car coming. I'm not a huge door or din collector. I'm kind of like go with the flow. Doesn't change much for me. So, you know, some Brad Keselowski fans gonna want that car though. So it's like, hey, you can give it to them. Let them have it in their collection. I'll stick with this one because it looks the same. Din under doesn't change much for me. Let's see. Do you prefer Kane's 2013, 2014, or the one he won the Brickyard with? I personally like the one he won the Brickyard with is a really good car. I did like that one. He just had such bad luck in it. I don't have good memories with it. I did like his 2014 car. I thought that car looked pretty good with the. I thought the Farmers logo just looked better. Man, they are going at it back in the field. Oh, I do remember that red one. Yeah, it was. Of course, he finished second in it because he finished second in every race that year. It seemed like, but yeah, he finished second in that red Farmers 85th anniversary car. I had a diecast of that at one time, but again, too many cars, only so much space. So I did have that one at one point. But yeah, I think 2013 was a bright blue, and the other one was a darker blue. I kind of like the darker blue, but I think that 2017 car was just better. I like that black, matte black and blue. Just worked better. I just wish he had run better in it. Actually, some of Kane's best paint schemes started in 2018. The Procore car was pretty good. There was one called Dark Matter that looked really good. The Thorn car was pretty cool. Honestly, even the Ollie's car looked pretty good. Like, there was a lot of good-looking race cars that year. My favorite Casey Kane was probably 2005 Do. It had the color chrome, or had the chrome. Gave it to my stepdad. Oh, I have the chrome car. That car still. Yeah, I like the Mountain Dew cars, but the 07 Mopar is a superior car to me. I love that one. Most of the Great Clips cars, I like the 38 car that had the flames, but I don't think the 5 cars ever looked that good. Obviously, the Red Bull number 4 was just a league of its own. Red Bull paint schemes are always pretty cool. Ooh, a little contact there between Hocevar and Haley. Missed the corner a little. But that number 4 is such a cool font. I mean, seriously, that is one of the coolest race car fonts you can have. Like, look at that thing. Like, that's a cool font. I would love to see him run that on a cup race car at some point because it looks awesome. Yeah, the Shark Week ones were always pretty good. Had some matte colored versions that were pretty cool too. Meanwhile, we're 50 laps into the stage now. Still 170 laps to go, so still a long way to roll. We're just kind of chugging right along. Lap time wise, everybody's kind of evened out at about the same pace. No major changes amongst our leaders. Yeah, 2016 didn't lead a single lap. Dude, that year drove me up a wall because it was like they weren't even using strategy. They were just choosing to run bad. Because their speed actually was worse in 2017 than it was in 2016. And somehow in 2016, they just were not ever trying anything to go forward. It was awful. I don't know why they left Keith Rodden with him for so many years. I mean, he ran so bad the first 2 years while all the teammates were winning races. It's like, dude, get him out of here. It's not working. Hendrick does seem to be a little more proactive about swapping crew chiefs now. Now, I will say that. Still can't believe RCR hired Keith Rodden. I know. You know what's crazy? The minute they fired Keith Rodden, Austin Dillon looks better. Like, I don't understand how everyone keeps falling for it. Like, it's never worked. Nobody that's worked with Keith Rodden has worked. And I don't say that in a mean way, but it's just like, it's never worked. Why would it change now? Christopher Bell currently running 4th. Pretty good recovery for, honestly, the couple of things that happened to him earlier in the race. Oh, look at the black dirt around the fenders. Yeah, you can't tell me that's not related to the scan system. Look at that. The fenders are all blacked around the edges of them as part of the paint scheme for the outdoor version, but that is 100% to fool the OSS system. Is pitting earlier than the leader even a good strategy? I would argue no. Well, it's a mix. I would say pitting 1 lap earlier than the leader is a good strategy. 1 lap. The problem is if you pit and there's any type of caution before the whole thing cycles out, you are going to be stuck multiple laps down. So that's where it's really a risk. Like, pitting early in the stage means you're basically going to admit that if this thing has a caution, I'm done. My race is over. And so it'd be a really risky move for anybody up front to do. I could see a guy mid to the back of the pack doing it because they'll have a shot, but the realistic part of it is the tires do mean something, especially the green flag lap. So until they fall off a lot more than they have currently, if you're a guy like, I don't know, Joey Logano, you'll probably be about 9 to 10 seconds off the lead. So if you're out there for 20 laps, you'll gain that 10 seconds. You'll be the leader, but they'll be right behind you with 20 lap fresher tires. Like, you ain't holding that off. So that's the realistic side of the strategy, which is if you can beat the guys around you by 1 to 3 laps, great, it'll work out good. But if any caution comes out at any point before the whole thing cycles around, you're done. And so it's just so risky. I mean, there's an argument to be made to be the last guy to pit road just because of the chances of a loose wheel. Somebody has a loose wheel, caution comes out, you're leading by 2 laps on the whole field. Like, easy win. Because one guy will get a lucky dog and be 1 lap down, and then everyone else is 2 laps down, and you just, once you pit, they'll wave around and stuff like that. But, it's like, it'll not really make a big change for anybody. Like, there's options. Keep an eye on lap times. I want to see where Blaney's at. 21-2. 21-1, 21-2, 21-2, 21-2, 21-2. Okay, yeah, so he's right on pace. Blaney's the one I'm interested in. He's been good. He's always good at Martinsville. He's up to 5th after starting all the way out back. The strategy helped him, and he has been able to keep clawing his way forward. He's up to 5th. I don't know if he's going to have enough. I don't see enough pace like he did last fall to just drive through everybody, but I think he's got 3rd place car if this thing just rolls out the rest of the way. I think he could be even faster. Meanwhile, Byron out in 12th right now. Bowman is still outside top 20, I think. Chastain in 7th. That pit call earlier has really helped him out. Okay. Yep, keep an eye. Looks good there. Joe Logano currently running 10th. Yeah, Blaney, I thought Blaney was always good at Martinsville. I thought his crew chief just sucked. Because he was good in 2017 and 2016 when he was with the Wood Brothers, and then it got really bad for a couple years, and then he got really good the last few years. So there's 2 tracks that Blaney is not good at, and I think it's objectively he's not good at, and that's Darlington and Richmond. Those are 2 of the tracks that, like, I will never put money on Blaney there. He is just arguably not himself at those 2 tracks. I'd argue Chase has a few tracks like that too. Like Richmond and New Hampshire are 2 of them where it's like Chase, like even when he runs at his very best, he ain't winning. Like, it's just not a track he's that good at. Can he win? Sure. But yeah, Bristol's tricky. Because Blaney's always been fast at Bristol, just has horrid luck there. Chase has been okay at Bristol. He's been very close to winning a handful of them. I think he's finished 2nd in 2 of the 3 night races. In the next gen era. So he's not been bad at Bristol, but he's not a Bristol ringer, a guy that gets way better when he goes to Bristol. He just kind of, he performs very adequately though. (2021) Chase should have won Richmond in the KBB car. 2021. I do not remember that race at all, which tells me he probably shouldn't have won it, because I would have remembered one that got stolen from him. But who won 2021 Richmond? 2021 Richmond. Bowman won the first one. And Truex won the second one. Yeah, I don't know I don't think Elliott's ever had a car at Richmond that's been like extraordinary. I don't think that's ever been a track for him that's great. And honestly, Darlington hasn't either. He should have won 2020. Honestly, both races in 2020 he was really good, had a shot to win. But he's really never been like extraordinary at Darlington. That's never been a great track for him. Still got fourth. Yeah, I mean, I think I do remember a good rally, but I mean, Truex wasn't getting touched. It was 2021. Truex was really good at those tracks. So, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I would put that on the list of races he should have won. Like 2020 Coke 600, yeah, he should have won that race. 2021 Daytona Road Course should have won that race. 2023 Roval, 2021 Roval, 2022 Roval, like he should have won all of those because good grief, like 2021 he gets wrecked by Harvick. 2022 we have a caution for, what was it? A sign? I think it was a caution for a sign in 2022. Otherwise he's cruising to a win there. And then 2023 he's literally coming to pit road to flip the stage like everybody does, and a caution comes out right before he would have gotten to pit road. And so it just screws him and sends him to the back of the field. But yeah, those are ones that I stick at and like, oh, 100%, these are ones that he should have won. Like, he was just good and was the better car and was in the position to win and just didn't work out. I mean, Bristol 2020 when he completely junked Logano, like that, he choked that away. That was 100% on him. There's a handful of them in 2020. 2022 with Watkins Glen, I don't even blame him for the Watkins Glen one. I think that one is just, unfortunately, that's just what happens when you can't trust your teammates, dude. Like, he expected him to give room because he would have done the same to his teammate. I get that, but you got to know your teammate better than that because he's never done that. And so, Auto Club 2022, that one was in 2022. What was the other one? 2021 Fall Bristol, 100%. Yeah. 2021 Fall Bristol he was so good. He was definitely the slower car. Like, he was holding Harvick up. I think Harvick was going to get past him regardless, but he did end up flattening his tire regardless. So, like, I had no problem with that Larson win because I was like, nah. The best form of payback is the one where you don't even have to intentionally wreck him or make it look bad. You can just be a nuisance. And I was like, that's fair. 2023 was an embarrassment from the crew. That was the one where he ran out of fuel. 2024 was just bad. He wasn't even bad. It was because it was a playoff race. Everybody that was in the playoffs took their stage points, and all the non-playoff guys got to jump them. So that's just one of the reasons road courses in the playoffs are stupid, because everybody running up front has to forfeit their stage points or forfeit their whole track position for the stage points that they need because it's the playoffs, which I think is just dumb. You shouldn't have to forfeit your running position because of this dumb format. Stage cautions at road courses are broken, but yeah. I mean, hell, 2023 Indy road course, if that 42 car doesn't hold him up for 4 laps, I think he has a really good shot to go get Michael McDowell, because he ran him down once he got clear. Once he finally got by the 42, he was hauling towards the 34. Well, the good news is we stayed green for a pretty good chunk of time here. So, looking at what's our lap count right now? We're at lap 81 of 220. Still a long way to go. So we're not anywhere close to the end. We're not really even that close to pit stops at the moment. Looking at it here, lap times have fallen off about a second now, so you would see pretty big changes as far as if someone came to pit road now. The problem is there's still 140 laps to go, so you would be splitting the stage essentially 80 and 140. That would be just a bad split to go with, because if you split the stage 80 and 140, you're most likely going to be... good crossover from Ty Gibbs there. But if you split the stage 80 and 140, your second half of that second run is going to get real tough. But it could be a situation though where if you get a really well-timed yellow and you've been on your new tires longer, you'll get a nice jump in track position. But again, the problem is it has to cycle out. So All right, Logano to the outside of Gibbs. Screw Briscoe, man. I don't think Briscoe's doing anything wrong. He's running for 8th. Going to cost Ty Gibbs a spot, which is probably not ideal for the Joe Gibbs camp. Ooh, 50 car in the wall or out of power there. Almost a caution there. He needs to get off the track. If he just yielded, then he needs to get off the track, because whatever that was almost a disaster. So Hamlin continues to lead out front. He and Chase are running about the same pace, maybe a little bit faster. Chase is in some traffic, so. Oh, Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer winning at Martinsville. I think Kevin won there a handful of times, but not, I don't know if he ever won in the 4-car. Those are all with Childress. I don't think he ever won in the 4-car at this racetrack. So William Byron, he's going to take the gamble. I love it. Good call. I mean, Rudy Fugle is a gambler. I like it. He was stuck back in traffic. He was about 12th. This is a race-winning type of move. Is it going to win the race? Maybe, maybe not. Could actually backfire and go horribly. But he's got to win. He's in the playoffs. He's kind of just running where he's running. Like, I think it's a good move. I think that's what you would call a safe gamble. If you're going to gamble, that's the type of gamble you want to make, which is one that could go very badly, but hey, you aren't going to win anyway. You're not losing your chance to win. This is the only way to give him a shot to win, was to do this. He wasn't going to do it the old-fashioned way of driving through him. He didn't have the car for it. So how do you do it if you can't do it that way? You do it like this. You pull some strategy and hope for the best. Again, may not work. It may backfire, but he give himself a shot. He's given himself a window. Let's see who comes with him. Lap times for William Byron are 20.5s. 20.5. He's like, actually, he's only 0.6 of a second better, so he is better. But he's unfortunately, I think, going to be 2 laps. No, he's only 1 lap down. Really? I'm surprised. I didn't realize you only lose 1 lap on pit road. I thought you lost 2 at Martinsville. That's if he you only lose 1 lap. There's opportunity there. Denny Hamlin working his way through traffic right now. Lap 92 of 220. So we're still not quite to the halfway point of the stage. Still got another probably 17 laps till we'll see that. I think Brad just came off pit road. Oh my... Wait, what? Oh, that was his pit stop lap. Okay. So I'm trying to see exactly where Byron is scored here. Yeah, lap cars are... I mean, the problem is these next-gen cars are too hard to pass. Like, this is why you want more horsepower, because that little bit of hookup benefit you have by being a leader and taking care of your tires is more exaggerated on more horsepower. So instead of just closing in a little bit, you close in a lot with a good run. Now you can peak to the inside. So it changed the closing rates, and there's the caution. The closing rates are better on higher horsepower, but the caution is out. SVG lost a left rear. And did he just pit? He did. And that is a prime example of why it's risky, because with that caution there, that's going to be, one, a wheel that fell off, which is exactly why I said I wouldn't pit, because you can lose a wheel. And that's exactly what just happened to SVG, is he lost his right rear. Did he lose a right and a left rear? Good grief. But he lost his right rear tire because these wheels still suck. But also, I figured that if a caution's coming, that's how it's going to show up, is it's going to show up with a loose wheel, something of that nature. So now, I got to look. Noah Gragson had just pitted. He's 2 laps down. William Byron is somehow only 1 lap down. So William's not screwed. He'll be able to take the wave around, but he'll have 5-lap-old tires on a wave around. And so he'll be 1 lap down. One lap down, and then Brad will be 2 laps down. Yeah, it's basically William is the one who just barely avoided disaster there. That might actually have been planned. I could be wrong. But by him going early enough, he'll be 1 lap down. Everyone else is stuck 2 laps down. So when this all cycles through, they'll wave around, but they're still going to be a lap down. How is it the wheels' fault that the crew guys can't put them in after 3 seasons? I would argue that if it keeps happening to all the different crews, it's probably not all the different crews, because we used to have wheels come off once a season. Like once per whole season, we'd see something weird. They happen every race now, so I'm not going to blame... I mean, yes, the crew obviously still has a reason to get the thing tight, but, I mean, it's kind of a thing where it's like, if you're the only one with the problem, it's probably you. But if everyone's having the problem with these loose wheels, it's probably the thing, not the people. Because it's not one crew doing it consistently, it's a bunch of crews doing it. Yeah, it's a bad design. You think about it, it's like there are no lugs because it's one design. There's pins in the back, but you can't see them. Where you saw bolt holes before, you can't see those now. Here's the thing. They're showing the illustration of the thing right now, but the problem I have with it is they have to show it every week. Why are we seeing this illustration for like the 50th time? It's because it's the same problem. It's just a bad system for this type of car. Because the other problem, or the other thing that could happen, if we don't have a single lug, we have more tire sidewall, we have softer tires. So it actually could be a double win. Like if we get 5 lug pattern instead of a 1 lug pattern, we also get softer tires, like we might get a double bonus, and we might get interliners back. So we actually might get a triple bonus. Like, ooh, going back to a 5 lug pattern has 3 benefits and no downside. Actually, 1 downside. Ugly. I don't even think it's ugly. It's a racing wheel. Nobody cares what a racing wheel looks like because it's a race car. I don't care what the rims look like. It's a race car. It needs to be a strong rim. That's it. All right, they're all going to be coming to pit road this time by. All right, here they come to pit road. All right, there's the 1, there's the 9. Come on, good stop, 9 guys. Probably the last one of the day. No hiccups. Another left rear hang up. Ugh. Not a big one. Probably just enough to not get beat Hamlin out. Actually, he's going to lose 2 spots on pit road. Ugh, another bad stop, man. They dropped the ball on the biggest 2 stops of the race. That sucks. You don't see it in Indian F1? Indian F1 has a whole different tire changing procedure. In Indian F1, it's one guy bolting it on and off, number 1, and I think they have a whole different pin system as far as lining it up, because I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think they have, they don't have the drive lines with them. I'm trying to remember what is it we have on the other 2, because the other 2 I think have a different system, because yeah, you don't see them in those ranks, but they also have a totally different car, totally different system, it's different. Sometimes it is the same team, sometimes, but again, like you look at it, we had Gibbs teams having it, we've had Hendrick cars lose wheels, we've had Childress crews, like it's not the same guys making the same mistakes. We have a whole different cast of characters, and these mistakes, sometimes get caught, they catch a loose wheel, but it's not something you can point at one crew that specifically keeps struggling or something, or one guy, or one training program. All you see is occasionally you'll see something where, what are they doing? Oh, the guy's just running down pit road backwards. But what you'll sometimes see is, ooh, who was our free pass there? Oh, shoot. It was somebody else, wasn't it? Yeah, because all those guys that were lapped down. And Barry had just stopped when that caution came out. That stinks. So yeah, Barry's race has just been awful. Yeah, I mean, I just think if they put 5 lugs on there, you're going to eliminate the wheel problem, But the other thing is you do open the door for the inner liners again. You open the door for soft tires again. Like, you do open the door for more of those things to come back. Also, it's a little narrower. You can have a little bit less contact patch. Like, it's possible. I'm not saying they will give them 5 lugs. I say they should, though. I mean, the opportunity's there. They just have to take it. Because there's no reason you couldn't re-engineer a couple of hubs. That's not a super expensive process. Alrighty. So they're going to get lined up. This is going to be a pretty long run to the end of the stage, 120 laps. So it was not quite the middle of the stage. I mean, we're 10 laps short of it, but about 120 laps will be to the end of the stage here. 122 will be the exact number, but some of these will be under yellow, so it doesn't quite factor in the same. What in the world? Are those twins? That's a weird thing to see, but wow. Do I know when the Ryan Blaney Iowa gets shipped? I don't, because I think it's a little bit yet, because we haven't seen anything from May yet. We've got the Brad, but May we should also be getting in Logano's All-Star. We should get in, I think the All-Star came in, but we haven't seen the Larson, Kansas yet in all forms. We haven't seen the Gateway cars in full form, so I think we also got to get the Coke 600 cars that haven't come out yet. So I think it's close. I think it's probably a few weeks out yet, but yeah, I don't think I've seen anything out just yet because they got to get a few of those May and late May wins out yet too. All right, then we come to the choose this time. All right, what do we got? Hamlin will choose the... Oh, they haven't chosen. That was... Okay, they had a car in the way. They're picking up chunks of debris. Cool. Oh my gosh, those are just chunks of rubber. That's just tire buildup. Just big old clumps of tire buildup. Like bricks. Huh! Dang. John Daly at the racetrack? Are there 2 John Dalys at the racetrack? Because there was like 2 of them. Well, this is actually a good time. Before they choose, I'm going to take my last pit stop so I don't have to during the stage. Coming to the green. Coming to the green. I did not see the choose. I got to see who's where. Looks like Elliott chose 3rd row inside. Probably not the worst call. Bubba's had some bad restarts, and it looks like he had another one. So they'll battle side by side in the first 2 rows, but Hamlin does get away cleanly. Meanwhile, it's Bell and Bubba battling for 2nd. Elliott and Larson battling for 4th. One of the 2. Ooh, we got a battle here. So Elliott does clear Larson. Then we have a battle between Larson and Chastain. Chastain was behind Larson. Larson had barely cleared, pulled in front, and Chastain decided to just absolutely send about 4 bumps off into the corner. And I imagine he's going to get those 4 bumps back even if he clears here. There's a lot of contact. Meanwhile, Logano and Blaney looking on. That's 8th and 9th. McDowell has found his way to 10th. Got to shout him out. Man, Kyle Larson would have been advantageous. I know you want to battle until the end, but when he was right almost behind Elliott, he should have probably backed off and jumped in line, because he's now lost 2 spots to both Chastain, Briscoe, and he's still stuck on the top lane, so if he doesn't get a good enough clearing, Logano's going to be to his inside right after this. Yeah, I can't wait for that Iowa win, because obviously, Iowa. So that one's going to be fun. Got to get rid of more cars first. Got a lot to get rid of. All right. Out front, looks like Blaney, sorry, not Blaney, Larson. Hamlin is setting the pace. Larson still trying to get a good run off the corner to get ahead of Briscoe here. That's a good, hard battle they got going for 6th. Ooh, there's the run, and then Larson's going to dip low. He's going to just admit defeat and jump to the bottom, so that way he's not stuck on the outside anymore. But his tires are still not fully back in there, because Logano's going to drive around almost the outside of him in 1 turn. Yeah, Logano's going to go around the outside of him, and he will clear. So Larson is struggling big time. He really burned his tires up early in the run here. Right after that, looks like Ryan Blaney's on the hunt. Since the start... Wait, what? Oh, start of the race. Okay. It's like Blaney's not up 23 spots. He wasn't that far back. Chase is saving a bit. I mean, that's his best decision and to do right now. Just save some tire until the end of this run. I mean, you might think you can go storm and beat one of these guys. Oh, Reddick's going to dump Ty Gibbs. And, yep, that's a caution. And it looks like everybody's going to... pile drive through it. Good grief. So there's a caution. Relatively quick, though, so I don't think we're going to get anything too crazy. And Ty Gibbs, good day goes bad. He just can't have anything good happen to him. It's illegal. It's illegal, I tell you. Illegal. Oh, I got 3 more bid notifications. You guys are finally picking up these 164s. There's a handful of these don't have bids on them yet, by the way. If you guys are looking, check that eBay page link up in the description. $1.99, 164th. So, obviously the shipping's high, but if you bundle a bunch of them together, a lot of these don't have bids on them. You'll get a $1.99, 164th. So, get 5 for $10, 10 for 20. Then you got, shipping, so it'd be like 10 for 25. But still, it's a good deal. So, I want them gone. Get them out of here for me. I don't know how many are left, but I'd have to look and see. But there's some of those that have no bids on them yet, so go ahead and go pick them up. I dare you. Man. Ty Gibbs' nightmare season continues. Oh, my word. That has been a really tough start to the year for Ty Gibbs. 103 laps to go. They started with 120 to go. Only 117, so we're probably looking at around 15 laps on the tires right now. So not enough that I would say it's worth pitting. Unless you're at the very, very back, like a Noah Gragson type. Then I might think about it, because, 15 laps on tires from 28th, but I think he's a lap down. Yeah, he's a lap down, because everybody from 25th on back's a lap down. So, unless the lap cars in front of you pit, then you stay out, so you're the first car lap down, but if they don't pit, I'd come in and get some tires so I can drive by them. Have to wait for payday Thursday, and I'm getting that number 7. Oh, well, make sure you get the bids in, because it ends tonight. But I don't care if you pay till Thursday. It doesn't bother me one bit. I just want him gone eventually. So if you want to put it in and wait till Thursday, go right ahead. All right, I think the pit road is open. I don't see anyone going just yet. Oh, here we go. Who's in? Who's in? There's a car on pit road. Is it just the lap cars? No, these are lead lap cars. Did William Byron get the free freaking pass? No, Chris Buescher did. Oh, William Byron waved around. Oh, that's right. He waved around. Well, lucky for Byron. That's a good calculated risk, though. Rudy Fugle, I'll give him the credit. He waited until his delta, which is how far around the track, he made sure that his time on and off pit road, when he was all said and done, would only be 1 lap down. Or maybe barely 2, but you have fresh tires, you can go right around him. But by Rudy Fugle pitting him when he pitted him, he did limit his risk, because he knew at worst he would be a tail of the lead lap on fresh tires, but having to wave around. So he did a pretty good job with risk management. So he did lose spots. That we can't deny that. William Byron is going to be running 21st. He was running 12th. Like, he'd lost 10 spots. But because he went 5 laps ahead of everyone else, he was able to stay 1 lap down versus 2, and now he's on the lead lap. Everybody else is a lap down, and they're in worse shape. So that's actually a very calculated risk by Rudy Fugle, by watching the delta, knowing, all right, I pit now, I'm going to come out right behind Denny and then pass him immediately and be a lap down rather than 2. Where these other guys were either further back or waited too long that they didn't get that lap back, and then they were stuck barely 2 laps down. So they wave around, where William Byron was here. Like, best way to put it is like, I'm out of cars. I'm going to get these 2 cars. Martinsville is this. This is Martinsville. William Byron, he's running probably here. He comes in and pits. 1 lap down, 2 lap down, comes off pit road. He comes off about here. In that 5 laps, he passes William Byron, or passes Denny Hamlin. Caution comes out. So he's just in front of the leader. He's 1 lap down now. Caution brings everybody together. He pits for tires. He goes in front. Wave around, tail of the lead lap. Where these other guys, same story, this far back, pit, lose 1 lap, lose 2 laps, come off pit road, drive forward, caution. You're barely 2 laps down, pit, take your wave around, you're still a whole lap down. That's the difference, though, between the 2. I mean, that illustration's the best I got for you, cars and boxes, but that's pretty crazy. Like, that little difference of being here versus here, and Hamlin being here, is lead lap right now, or 1 lap down. And it's literally just on the racetrack 50 feet, or maybe 100 feet. But it's not a big gap on the racetrack. So that's a big deal. Should Chase still save once it goes green? No, I mean, you got to get in line first and then try to save from there. But I think you have to play it as if it's going to go green to the end, because I don't think he's going to win it on the short run. I don't think he's got enough car to go past Bell, Wallace, and Hamlin on the equal tires. But you could do it when they're all used up and in traffic. So what I would want to do is basically get to in line, whether it's 3rd or 4th, maybe I don't want to be 5th. I don't want to lose a spot. But get in line, and then once you're in line, you just roll that position, let the guy on the, and you kind of give yourself a gap, just save those tires. Those guys can go burn their tires up in traffic, and then you wait. And then once the end of the run comes in, you've got good, well taken care of tires. They've burned theirs up, and you give yourself a shot to run them down. All right, Hamlin and Bell go bottom. Elliott goes bottom as well. He has maintained his position the last couple times. So started 5th last time instead of 4th, and it worked out. He ended up in 4th, and Larson actually ended up losing a bunch of ground on it. So I think being stuck on the outside, you just burn your stuff up faster, right? So I don't think that's a bad decision there. Because the other thing is, if Bubba has trouble, you could get to the inside of Bubba, and you could end up in 3rd. But he's done okay, but he's going to need to have better restarts. Logano will be side by side with him, but I think in the first set of corners, he'll be up alongside Chastain most likely. So we'll see. All right, here we come off turn 4. Look at all the dirt on these cars. Let's go. This is going to be fun race wins. All right, coming back to the green. A little bit better restart for Bubba this time. Going to be side by side as they get off into turn one. He'll maintain that side by side spot. And he will get down in line. Why are we showing an onboard? We're showing an in-car cam. Show us the freaking race. What is this? Gosh, it's so dumb. It's a freaking restart. Why would we not want to see the race cars? Ooh, Chastain got in front of Logano, really checked him up. That's going to be a nice little benefit for Elliott, but oh my word, Logano was... And we got another caution. Looks like it's all going again. Was it... What was it? Was it a stack-up? Oh, Buescher. Buescher has a right side tire down, so there's some pretty good contact somewhere back there. Noah Gragson, I didn't see... Oh, he's on pit road, so there must have been some pretty hefty contact to one of the left or right side there. His car doesn't have any major dings on it. It's not super bent, so he may have just had scuff marks. Age 26. Why is that the stat you're using? That was a battle for the lucky dog, so he had just pitted with new tires and was probably ultra aggressive coming through the field. Free pass. This time will go to Ricky Stenhouse. How on earth did he get a lucky pass there? A free pass on that. Oh, actually, there was a big stack up behind Larson. It all checks around. I think actually everything settles in there. Looks like we're okay there. Then, oh yeah, the 17 runs over the left rear. Tire-to-tire contact and bounces in the air. So that's where that came from. The right front flat came from the 17. What does he do here? Does he dive all the way to the inside? Oh yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Don't look like the Xfinity guys, man. Come on. I mean, that was ultra aggressive to think that was going to work. I mean, there was a little gap there, but, I mean, he shoved it in there. Looks like it just popped that front, and he might be all right. But, yeah, that was ultra aggressive, and there was not a lot of chances that was going to work out. So they're going to choose again after another 10 laps of caution. Got to shout out Kyle Busch up to 16th. Austin Dillon running in like 12th. Done a good job today. Rain's still staying north of the track, but it is getting darker, so I do still want to get this moving. Like, I don't really want them to be dinking around right now. That's the one thing I don't really want to see here. What the heck? I don't know what... Why is Buescher mad at Gragson? Did he think that was Gragson's fault? I mean, that he literally jumped his left rear. Like, I don't know how you blame Gragson on that one. I mean, I guess if you think that gap was too much of a gap to leave, but at the end of the day, you still ran through his left rear. I don't know what that... I don't know that I would put that on him. Still running yellows. I mean, that was a pretty quick caution. I would like them to just hurry up a little bit. Like, we don't need this to turn into the Xfinity race. We're under caution for 20 minutes. Go green for a lap. Then under caution for another 20 minutes. Like, there's nothing to clean up. Go. Nothing drives me nuts more than just running laps for the sake of running laps. Track's clear. Line up. Go race. It's that simple. Is the track clear? Yes, no. No? Okay, clear the track. Track's clear. Line up. Go race. That. I don't want to hear, is the track clear? Yeah. Is TV back from commercial? No. All right, then we'll just keep running. No. Is shipping per car or per order? It's just per order. So I just average it out when it's all said and done. So, like, if someone gets 50 cars, but they fit in a box that goes for, $30, I just make sure that the shipping covers the $30. So that's it. It's literally just does the shipping get covered by the big gungle? Like, that's it. I don't do it where it's like 5 per car, 2 per car, 1 per car. It's like that's what the combined invoice is for. But if it auto pays, I just send out partial refunds for all of it. So I'll just partial refund it. But yeah, I don't need to make money on shipping. I'm just getting rid of the cars. So you pay $2 for the cars, you're gonna pay $2 for the cars, and then whatever it takes to ship, I factor in 50 cents for the box, I think, is all, because that's what the boxes cost, is about 50 cents a box. So that's about it. Then you complain about them missing the chews and such? No, I mean, yes, I would, but that's on TV. That's their job. Like, that's what will drive me nuts about it, is that your job as TV is to show the people the race. And if you're not showing them the race, that's on TV. Because the race is actually, like, intended for the people in the stands, or like that's who is the primary audience, or should be considered the primary audience. All right, Hamlin almost clear. Bell now looking to the inside, and it looks like Hamlin will clear. Bell will go to second. No, Bell will stay side by side for second. Looks like Elliott will clear for fourth. And, oh boy, please get clear of that mess behind Chastain. Chastain pulls a big block. And it takes Logano out. I'm not even mad. I mean, I'm a little shocked, but I'm not mad. So, Ross Chastain is back to his menace ways, because he went top to bottom, just pinched the end off. And I don't know what happens here. I think Briscoe's involved in this, but he basically just log jams the whole bottom, and that wasn't going to work. Let's see what happens. Oh, good grief. So yeah, he is coming out of the corner, clears Briscoe, pulls down in front. He's there. Briscoe shoots him up the hill. No, Briscoe gets loose. Briscoe gets loose and tags him. So that's, honestly, Chastain probably did a pretty good job there. He really just solidified his spot at the bottom, saying, like, I'm staying at the bottom. You can go around the outside of me. Briscoe gives him a shove, doesn't work, and actually curb hops it and jumps up into Logano. I'm not going to put that on Chastain. That's on Briscoe. I mean, he solidified himself at the bottom. You had a chance to push him, and he tried. But at the end of the day, like, he missed the corner. He was trying so hard to push, he missed. And, like, that's on Briscoe. I'm not going to put that on Ross. Now, Ross's aggressive block 100% was the catalyst of that, and I'm really glad Chase cleared that before that turned into a mess, but yeah, that's on Briscoe. I ain't gonna put it on there. What are you doing, kitty? What are you doing, kitty? Should we go get the kitty cat? Oh, you gonna come visit? See if the kitty comes over, says hello. There's probably some radio here. Would like to see it, though. Ross Chastain did nothing wrong. I wouldn't say he did anything wrong. It was an aggressive block, but it's a block. And so I'm not going to say he did anything wrong there. I would agree. He did nothing wrong. However, if you were to assign blame for the crash, like 75%, maybe 80% goes on Briscoe, and there's a little bit that goes on Chastain for the heavy block. Because the heavy block is kind of what transpired into that, but I'm not going to blame him for throwing that block. Not a shot. That was the right call to make. All right, so Logano's going to come get some tires. Oh, no. Logano's going to... He's going to win this thing, isn't he? I just see it now. He's going to get tires now. They're going to run 65 laps of the 80 remaining. 15 to go. A caution's going to come out. He's going to stay out on 60-lap-old tires, and he's going to win. I can already see it. It's in my mind. I see it coming. he's going to do it. Now, where did Marco go? He's out here somewhere. So Logano's on pit road now. He did not lose a lap. I'm going to see if I can get Marco here. Where did he hide? There you are. Here. There we go. There we go. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Who's a good boy? That's a good boy right there. You grumbly? He's a little grumbly. You just a little grumbly? Just a wee bit grumbly? Got your ear. Oh, that's a good boy. All right. I'll put you down. Oh, you want to sit on my feet? I'm going to warm them up. Oh, look at that belly. Good boy. Good boy. There you go, bud. And you can hear the jingles. What is going on with this? There we go. It wasn't live for some reason. Noah might be approaching Briscoe. Also, you got your puppy trimmed up. All puppers need a good trimming. All right, we're going to choose this time? I would hope so. Again, it's a single car spin. I don't like wasting 5 to 10 laps under caution every time one car spins. Like, it's just a bit much. Like, we don't need to do that. One car spun on the restart. So that means you could probably just do what they call a quickie yellow, which is everybody pits together, we choose, we get back lined up, and we go green. I don't like how every caution has to be a systematic thing. On the first lap of yellow, we will not pit. On the second lap of yellow, we will not pit. On the third lap, we will open pit road for only the lead lap. Fourth lap will be lap down. Fifth lap will be just a run lap. Sixth lap, we will choose. And seventh lap, we will go green. It's like, or the minute you see the caution, it's like, okay, now we're going to line them up. Okay, everybody's lined up. All pit stops are done. Get in line, and we're going to go race. Oh, there's Clint Boyer. Hey, that's this one right here. I got that signed by Boyer in Kansas, by the way. You don't remember the old Quickie Yellow system? It was an entire system that they built, and it was like basically when... It was basically a system that was like, if a caution had just come out and another caution was right after that, they would basically say, all right, pit road's open this time, and we're choosing at the line. And so they would all pit, they would choose, the guys would come off pit road, get in line wherever they could, and then they go green. And they would say, basically the whole point of it was like, yeah, we just had a caution. If you wanted to do a strategy, you could have done it last time. If you choose to do it now, you can, but you're not going to get to choose your lane. You're just going to get out and go race. Seems fine to me. I'm good with that. Like, let's go. Oh, I know you're making a joke, but I'm not going to allow that to... I'm not going to allow you to dirty up my channel. My high-standing, my classy channel. It's too classy of a channel for you to dirty it up with your gross mind. Into turn one, Bell hanging on the outside. Meanwhile, the battle will be for the 4th spot. Ooh, Larson is going to slam the door on Chase. He's going to let him in. Probably not overly happy about that. He will now battle Briscoe. See, that's the thing. Chase could have also done that. He could have run the outside and then just had to slam the door on his teammate, but he doesn't do that to his teammates. That's why I partially blame the driver for some of that, because he doesn't rough his teammates up, and sometimes they rough him up. Like, he wouldn't have done that to Larson. He should have. There's enough times of them getting into it that that's 100% justified at this point. Larson, ooh, good run off the corner for Denny Hamlin. Now Bell going to get in line, so it's going to be Hamlin, Bell, Bubba, Larson, and Elliott. Meanwhile, Ryan Preece has joined the top 10. Do we have tires on these guys? Let me look at this. I'm going to find out if we got some tire strategy going here. We've had so many different cautions randomly. I want to see... Yeah, what? Hold on. Let me refresh it. There we go. No tires. Ty Gibbs is the first guy on slightly newer tires. He's 13th. He's coming. He's getting closer, little by little. Shout out Kyle Busch. He is up to 12th. Kyle Busch has been an absolute fighter. Say what you want, the speed hasn't been there, but he has fought his butt off to get where he's at today. Running in 12th. Well done, Kyle Busch. Ooh, Gibbs moves up the hill a little bit. Gets into Reddick. Ultra aggressive, though. Got to give him the credit. I mean, he's up to 13th. McDowell and, honestly, McDowell and Gilliland battling for 10th. Actually, that's for 9th. That's impressive. Front row and Spire running in the top 10 legitimately on speed. The Progressive 11 out front. And it's the 20, the 23, the 5, the 9, and the 1. $70 laps to go. Actually, 65. Not a major difference in speed at the moment, just kind of watching the times on the track. Where's Logano at? Logano's up to 21st. He's running some of the best laps on the track right now. He is on the freshest of the tires, so he's making his way forward. Little buzz. What's that? Oh, those are just eBay notifications. I don't need those. Not at the moment, at least. We got other things to do. Keeping an eye on it right now. Lap times all pretty similar. Oh gosh, those are all... I don't know who you eBay people are that are going nuts on the bid side of things, but I'm getting a bunch of them. Oops, let's see here. Oops, there we go. Had to reset that. There we go. Chat's all back to normal. For some reason it had paused. All right, keeping an eye on it right now. What do we got? Bell is starting to close in on Denny. He's not letting him get away. It's like Elliott will get back by Kyle Larson. Still another 60 laps to go, or 54. So still a good long ways to go. Battle right now, Logano has found his way up to 18th. He battles William Byron. William Byron's going to hang real tough on that outside. But those fresh tires, Logano's still moving forward. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Denny's won here since 2016. It's been over almost 10 years. He's run well constantly, but just never gotten the deal finished. Ugh, aero blocking. I hate aero blocking at Martinsville. Such a gross concept. Aero blocking at Martinsville. That is such a gross word. Been 10 years? Almost 10 years. 2025. So I guess this would be the 10th anniversary. No, next year would be the 10th anniversary. So I don't know, but yeah, it's been a long time since he's gotten the win at Martinsville. Meanwhile, Bell still heating up Hamlin. He's not letting him get away. Not worse than 2019. No, 2019 was abysmal. Honestly, even 2022 and 2021 were pretty bad. I just think the idea that when you see a guy pull and get like right in front of a guy, like arrow-wise, and you see them wiggle, it's like, ugh, that's gross. It's just a gross thing to have to look at. What? Okay, so that's Chris Gale. He's the former crew chief of Ty Gibbs, now the crew chief of Denny Hamlin. Okay, stop zooming in so far. So he's in the lead. Like, Bell's about a couple car lengths. I don't. Dude, these camera angles suck. I hate Fox. This is why I hate Fox. There's a battle going on up front, and they're showing the pit box. Like, they're brainless. They don't ever show what matters. That's what drives me the most nuts about it. It's like, show me what matters. Don't show me other stupid junk. Show me the thing that matters, which is who's running where and where. Like, show me that. So 46 laps to go. Oh, 2015, that's right. I was going to say, I was thinking 2016 was won by Kyle Busch. So yeah, 2015, yep, it is the 10th anniversary. That's right. That makes more sense. I was going to say, I could have swore 2016 was Busch and Johnson, because I have the Johnson. One time I had the Kyle Busch. But yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. All right, Joey Logano up to 16th now. So he's still moving. Yes, the Jimmy Johnson Martinsville. And I have the pin. These are some of my favorite Jimmy wins, was when he put the yellow number back on that paint scheme. Because it's a great paint scheme. And Bell is not going away. I mean, every time that Hamlin clears his way through something, Bell's usually at one turn behind it. 2013 are his best ones? Well, that would be very hot take because a lot of people, including myself, did not like those schemes at all. They were so boring. I really like this year, the 2016. I like his 2017s too. I really like that 2017 scheme with the white. Yeah, I would not put his 2013s anywhere near the top. 2005 was good. 2006 through 8 was good. 2009 was pretty cool. 2010 was a little dull. 2011 was also the same as 2010, kind of still a little dull. So there's a few, but yeah, I can't put 2013 anywhere near the top. Can't do it. 40 to go. So if we have a lead change, it tends to be under the 40 to go mark. Front 4 all clear from lap traffic. 1.7 is the gap. 39 laps to go. Now front 5 are all clear, and then there's a little bit of a gap back to Chastain. Plain black car is probably the most iconic. I would say the one he won in 2012 and 2013. Yeah, I would say iconic, though. I would argue his iconic one has to be his 2006, 7, and 8, because he won 3 straight championships in the same paint scheme. So it'd be hard to not put that one on there, because he did run it for 3 championship years. Now, 2012 and 2013, he ran the same scheme, but it was 2 generations of car, and he only won a championship in 13. So that would be... he did win some big races, though. Southern 500, Brickyard 400, so he did have some, but again, that 2006 one, he won Daytona, he won the Daytona, he won the Brickyard, he won the championship, he won in like 7 races, including 3 in a row. 2008, he won a bunch. I mean, yeah, 6, 7, and 8, it's hard not to put that one on there just because of that. Plus, the 2007 Cobalt scheme was, that was fire. I love that car. That was such a good-looking car. SVG now, the last car. Well, actually, he's not even on the lead lap. He's 5 laps down. It's not just being simple that's a bad thing. It's to the point where it's so simple it's boring. So, like, simple can work. I mean, if you think about it, this is simple, but it's metallic green rather than gloss black. But the matte black one from 2012 was pretty cool. So that's where it's like, it's hard to say, because the matte black ones look better than the gloss black, but if you're going to have something plain and basic, you better have a really cool paint color with it. That's all I'm saying. Dale Earnhardt's Goodwrench car would be considered boring? Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's arguable. It's a boring car. It's just iconic because he ran it for like 20 years. You're on the same car for 20 years, it's going to be iconic. Joey's car was boring too, but he won so many races in it, eventually just becomes iconic. But that being said, I think if Dale Earnhardt, like he did when he came out with that silver car in 98, 95, what year was that? But he came out with that all-silver car for the All-Star race, and remember what a big deal that was? Everybody had to get that car, because it was, one, change of pace, but it was cool. It was a metallic silver and red. Like, it just looked really, really good. So yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Denny Hamlin Got 1 lap car between him and Christopher Bell. 29 laps to go. Yeah, the Scallops car was used everywhere, but it won a lot of races. So that's why I say it's still going to be iconic. It won a bunch of races. Hamlin will clear John Hunter. That puts another car between him and the others. 2 is done. Just went to the garage. Not sure what the issue with that one was. Because, again, I don't have sound. Meanwhile, 25 laps to go is the current lap count. Joey Logano has rallied his way up to 14th, by the way. Now he's looking at 13th from Tyler Reddick. Out of battery. Oh my gosh, have they run out of... Are they just constant battery failures? What is that from? "21 laps to go still. Yeah, Denny's starting to put a pretty good gap on everybody as far as lap cars. He's got about 4 now. So probably going to be Denny's race at this point. He's got a great long run car, so it looks like this is about where that car comes to shine. "17 laps to go. This one kind of winding down, a little anticlimactically. That's okay. I can have an anticlimactic race if it means that we don't have, utter chaos. I don't need utter chaos in every single race. Next week, by the way, Darlington, no stream. I will be at a family gathering event, but we will be back for Bristol the week after that. So we will be back. 13 to go. 2.2 seconds is the gap. And again, 2.2 seconds, but there's a lot of lap cars in there. Like, there's not much that Bell's going to be able to do to get through all that lap traffic. He's just not as good. So it's I would say, even more difficult or insurmountable than the 2.2 suggests. Ooh, Bubba looking at the inside of Bell. Not quite going to get there. A lot of stack up there on the last set of corners with Herbst. Oh, Elliott's right there with him, too. Little three-car battle there going for second. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin still checks out and runs away. 11 laps to go. Yeah, Denny Hamlin's got a fantastic long-run car right now. Just looking at the times, nobody's really even in the same zip code as him, except for maybe Joey Logano at times, but that's just traffic dependent at this point. Seven to go? Or we're still at 8 to go? Good battle going, though, for second. So we have at least a good battle going in here. Coming around, it'll be 6 to go. 3.3 is the gap. So the gap is getting much bigger as the traffic continues to get worse. Like, he is really setting good pace now. Really pulling away. Six to go as they run. And at this point, I think even if a random caution were to come out, I don't know why anyone would pit, because he wouldn't have enough laps to get anywhere. Yeah, gap of the up front is up to 4 seconds. So Denny Hamlin really on cruise control right now. Clean track, a lot of lappers in between. This is Denny's race. I mean, it would take disaster, and we don't need disaster. We've had too many chaotic finishes. Meanwhile, Joey Logano has poked his way back to the top 10, so pretty darn good there. I think this would be Chris Gale's first win, if I'm not mistaken. Two to go. One more time around after that. And Progressive is going to get their first win in NASCAR, and I don't know if they've ever won. This might be a first-time sponsor win coming. Coming around, white flag is out for Denny Hamlin. Looking at the Arby's car. At this point, I don't know why you'd even bother trying to lap him. I mean, I guess you can. Ain't going to hurt anything. But just stay clear, Cody Ware. Just don't be a menace. Stay clear. Get out of the way. Punk. Off of turn 4, Denny Hamlin wins career... Oh, what is this? 50? Was that his... No, not his 50th. I think he's after 60. I think he already got to 50, but... Either way, Denny Hamlin snags the win at Martinsville. Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Ryan Preece, another impressive finish. Joey Logano, a great rally from all the way at the back up to 8th. Briscoe in 9th, and Todd Gilliland rounds out our top 10. I just got to say, Next Gen once again showing up front. I mean, we got some Hendricks and some Gibbs cars, but then we got Trackhouse, we got Roush, we got Penske, we got another, we got another Gibbs car, then we got front row, Penske again, Spire, just a whole slew of different guys. Ty Gibbs, shout out, ends up in the top 20 as well. It sounds like almost like a sarcastic. No, this is a big deal for Ty Gibbs to end up in the top 20. He's had a really bad stretch of races, so that's a big deal because it has been a really, really rough situation for him for the start of the year. He comes home 13th. That's a big deal. That's a nice run for him. So Ryan Blaney 11th. I wouldn't say it's a great race by his standards, but I mean I think that's his first race outside the top 10 in the next gen era at Martinsville. So not an ideal spot for him, but here comes the burnout. Oh, look at all the dirt on that thing, man. I love Martinsville race wins. I wish they ran these at Bristol. It'd be so cool. So Denny Hamlin going to do a Polish victory burnout. Going to try and see if he can go the whole lap maybe. Look at all the dirt on that car though, man. Oh, it's so good. Oh, is he going to scrape the left rear on the wall? That'd be fun. Yeah, chew up the tires. Give us a left rear scrapes. You know what? Give us some more scrapes. Scrapes are fun. But yeah, overall, fun race. I mean, Martinsville, they're getting there. 4.5 out of 10? No, I got to put higher than that. We had a solid race. Sure, the finish wasn't crazy. Just a nice long run. Guy kind of ran away. That's okay. I can have that. You know, if every race was like that, sure, we'd get a little boring. But that's fine. The best car won the race. Best car got out front. Best car ran away. Best car won. I'm good with that. I can live with those types of things. The biggest thing I don't want to see is the caution come out with 2 to go. Everybody crashes and then freaking like Zane Smith wins. Like everyone would be like, oh, first time winner. But it's like he was never a factor. Like I want the guys that are running up front to win a majority of the races. Otherwise you look like a joke. And so I'm good with it. I'm not going to get 4.5 out of 10. Excuse me. It got a little bad at the section where we had all the cautions, so I will downgrade a little from that. I'll give it a 7.5 to an 8. 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. You know, like I said, a 10 out of 10 race has quality all the way through it. We had pretty good racing all the way through. Didn't have a crazy finish. Okay. Didn't have a ton of storylines. Didn't have a lot of tough, close racing with some of that stuff. But overall, let's see. Reddick and Gibbs are having a conversation. I'm trying to think what happened there. Here comes Hamlin. He's going to get back around to the front stretch for his victory lane. But, yeah, I'm going to give this a 7.5. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to leave it a full 8 out of 10. This was a solid race. I mean, first of all, shout out Bubba Wallace. Back-to-back top 5s. I think he's almost top 5 in points now. Like, that 23 car's running good. But, you know, I got to give it a shout out. Like, the race was good. I mean, solid racing throughout. Tire fall off, pit strategy. We had all of it. No green flag pit stops is a little bit of a stinker for me. I would love to see some of that strategy play out occasionally, but you know, the short tracks typically don't give us much of that, so not a ton. You say the 11's on fire? It is. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get a fire car on top. Please, no confetti. No confetti. Yeah, there's a fire in there. Please give us a burn spot. Nope, don't put it out. Just give it a minute. Let it burn. Let it burn for a minute. Oh yeah, we got a good fire going. Hey, the other thing is the Fox camera guys aren't in the way. Progressive at victory lane for the first time. The car is on fire. Please let it run just a little longer. Burn that car. Burn it. Come on. Burn it. Just give us a little bit of a crispy car. 11 against the world. Oh, that's cheesy. That's corny. Yeah, that's a little corny one. All right, I want to see if this car burns up first. I want to see what this race one's going to look like. Is it still on fire? Did they finally get it? No, it's still smoking. Well, congrats to Progressive. Welcome to NASCAR. They gonna get that put out? I'm still waiting to see. Yeah, Hamlin car was fast, but man, I mean, if that's a, you know, we could just ask the what if question. I mean, I don't think Chase got passed on the racetrack all day. You know, all the places he got beat were pit road and, you know, it was either pit road or just didn't get all the way back to the front after some cautions. So I can't remember if Denny got by him on a restart, but I mean, he had a good car. I don't know that he had a good car as good as Hamlin's. It's hard to say. I mean, he was able to always run up with the guy in front of him, but we'll never really know for sure. So good car, but again, this is what I'm talking about. For Chase to win a race, it has to be perfect. And that's what drives me nuts about Alan Gustafson is like, They never steal one. Hamlin was better today, so he was good. And I think Hamlin executed better at that bare minimum. But, man, it'd be nice to steal one rather than have to be perfect. I mean, Hamlin was perfect today, and so you needed to be better than perfect. And the pit crew made one mistake. They couldn't recover it. That's the kind of stuff I would like. I would just want them to do more of that to give themselves a shot at that stuff. But, again, it's just one of them things that it's like a little frustrating because of that. It's tough to say when they don't get they can't just steal one. They have to run up front all day. They got to lead laps. They got to be up front. They can have no mistakes because the minute they have a mistake and go back, they're not getting that back. Once they get in the back, they never get far enough back forward to really make noise for the win. So, not a bad race. Can't complain. It was by far his best race of the year on speed compared to the other Hendrick cars. He was better. He was the best Hendrick car, but the Gibbs cars, unfortunately, were just better at the end. They executed better, and I don't know, speed-wise, he looked pretty good. His last lap was really bad, but, when he was running right around with Bubba and Christopher Bell, I mean, if he had been clear of that, would he run away? Who knows, but we'll never know. So, it's just one of those things that it's like, they're this close. They're really close, but they got to do everything perfect, and they typically can't. So, last thing we're going to do, we're going to go through the running order real quick. Shout out to our front runners here. We got obviously Hamlin, Bell, Bubba, Chase Elliott, Larson in the top 5. Then it's Chastain, Priest, Logano, Briscoe, and Gillen in the top 10. 11th to Ryan Blaney. 12th to Michael McDowell. Shout out for that Spire car. 13th to Ty Gibbs. 14th Tyler Reddick. 15th to Ty Dillon. That's a good run. 16th Zane Smith. 17th Kyle Busch. And 18th to Austin Dillon. 19th is going to be Carson Hocevar. 20th Ricky Stenhouse. 21st is going to be Daniel Suarez. 22nd, William Byron. 23rd, AJ Allmendinger. 24th, Eric Jones. 25th, Chris Buescher. 26th, John Hunter. 27th, Brad Keselowski. Another tough run. 28th, Alex Bowman. 29th, Justin Haley. And 30th, Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson just needs to just not get touched for a week. He's had so many issues there. 31st to Cody Ware. 32nd, Riley Herbst. 33rd, Josh Berry. 34th, Cole Custer. 35th, Shane Van Gisbergen. 36th, Casey Mears. 37th, Burt Myers. And 38th, and last car in the race, Austin Cindric, after the battery issues, finishes dead last. So, there's some notables. Obviously, Josh Berry, good thing he's got that win because, I mean, the speed was there, just tough luck there. Noah Gragson just got to have a day where he doesn't get caught up in something, really, because he realistically didn't look bad today. Outran top 20, just another incident sends him to the back and just needs to get a clean race. Buescher obviously was involved in that incident, ends up at the back as well for RFK. Brad Keselowski, the miserable season continues for him. There's a lot of guys that really are going to have to start getting on it if they're going to have any shot in the points, or they're going to have to just go win, win, win. And that's it. They can't even gamble on points. Like if you're Noah Gragson at this point, I think you got to gamble for wins at all times because that's all you're going to get. So I don't know if you can do anything with it from there, but yeah, overall it was a fun race. I think I hope they do. I hope we get another one like that. That was pretty fun. So. Anyway, guys, that'll wrap up the stream. No stream next week. There's a bunch of reviews coming out because I didn't realize this. My videos were not going live. I was recording them. I was uploading them. I was putting all the info. They weren't going live. So I have a big backlog of reviews to do, including one for today. So there was going to be a bunch. This one's on today's review, the Blaney one. But yeah, a lot of race reviews coming. So stay tuned to the channel for that. One coming out tonight at actually 8 p.m. Or let's go 7. We'll go before the listings end on eBay. But I'll get it up. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been Race Craze. We'll see you in the next one.